No, it's still not. Well, okay, that's my microphone. That works. This is good. That has accomplished something. Let's see if this works. All right, everybody talk.
Hello.
Yes.
Everybody
Oh
talk.
my god.
Hello.
It's working. My computer has not failed me. Thank you, computer gods. Praise to the Omnissiah. The machine god. I need to sprinkle machine oils. That's right. I said Omnissiah for those Warhammer fans out there. I've been dipping my hands into that particular genre way too friggin' much. Okay. Hello.
What the god
Yeah,
of
that's
computers
Matt's
be?
current addiction.
Oh yeah.
Warhammer now.
Yeah. I can't. I need to remove myself because my wallet. It's slowly getting thinner and thinner and thinner and dying a slow death because Warhammer's just taking all of my money from me.
I like he says that as he holds up a wallet that's 2.5 inches thick. I'm like, how do you sit on that and not have that?
Look at these look at these guys, yo! Look at these freaking guys. They look like they'll just blow your face off.
Oh yeah, Matt paints minis and he's quite good at it.
Thank you, Sarah.
I feel like most mats in the D&D world.
Too many of them.
minis.
There are too many of us. I'm just letting you know. There has to be a mat off. There's too many of us.
Yeah.
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 But you're the OG, Matt J.
I mean,
Sorry, mates.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We're not gonna start a friggin' stream war here because that will
Yet.
Well, especially not with our friends. That would be not good.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
Stares intensely at Red Platinum. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Friday. It's the first Friday since the Friday before last Friday, and we're ready to play Ravenloft again. And yeah, it's been some time off. I had to go on vacation and spend time away from D&D, and I went down to a cool ass place called Colonial Williamsburg. For those of you who care.
Did you get the boys to make candles? Did they love it?
They didn't have candle making.
Oh,
I looked all over the place.
What? My childhood has been crushed.
I know. A lot of the things that you remember about Colonial Williamsburg are still there. The blacksmiths and all this stuff that you went. Of course, the intense variety of horse dung that is just arrayed in lines throughout the street. That's still there. No problem. A lot of things they slowly coming back. You talk to them, they're like, "Well, we're just coming back from COVID," and they're like, and you sort of just and nod. So yeah.
So all the candle makers died in the plague, is what we're saying.
Someone had to make the sacrifice, Sarah.
The influenza outbreak took the candle making coalition, apparently.
Yes, and that's how we got electricity. It's just, one thing led into the other, and now we have, Okay, tangent over. How's everybody doing? Let's play some Dungeons & Dragons. I'm ready for it. Are you?
yes.
Yeah.
We've waited long enough, and
as ready as the last person in the initiative order can be.
Fair. That's right. We are starting tonight's episode with combat, straight off the bat. And we're also starting with something that we've delayed for 2 weeks, which is a pull from the Taroka deck, which our friend JF Messin actually left us with last time, and which I believe is on Megan.
Maeve.
On Maeve.
Oh, it's on Maeve. See?
Yes.
Oh, James. My
Jeff
brain
Messin
cells.
had to go to Maeve.
Thanks. Of course.
Because it was, remember we were talking about splooging?
Right.
Oh, no.
How could I
Don't
forget?
forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Great way to start the episode. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, this is an adult stream. Okay. So you know what? Let's just go ahead and get it over with. Let's go with the poll. Here we go. This is the common Taroka deck. Now, those of you who may be joining us for the first time, this is a Ravenloft stream. Sure, we get scared. Sure, it's creepy as shit, but we also have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. So, hopefully you guys can join us for the craziness, because we like to get wild and crazy here in Ravenloft. One of those things is pulling from a random deck of Taroka cards, or I guess the sort of version of tarot cards, in which are actually supplied by you, the dear listeners. You spend your channel points, and I pull from the deck, and then the cast has a choice of either accepting these particular occurrences, and in doing so, they will get a boon from this particular Taroka pull. If they do accept it, it goes back into the deck and becomes cursed. And then when it's pulled again, of course it gets shoveled, but once it gets pulled again, if it gets pulled again, the cursed effect of that card comes out to play. And then, what comes around goes around, as they say. So, with that said, let me show our deck, and let me shuffle it, just for shits and giggles. It has been shuffled.
Show our deck.
Exactly. And let me deal the card.
Show me your deck.
Show me your deck. Put that deck away. Here we go. Here is
Luckily,
the card.
I'm not from New Zealand.
The deck is about to splooge.
Exactly.
God, this is not right. Okay, this is the. It couldn't be any. It couldn't be any more spot on, folks, than the missionary.
No.
Why me, God? All right. It's fine. It's fine. We're good. We're fine. This is
Are
fine.
you there, God? It's me, Matt. Right?
It's me, Matt, right now. Okay, so here's what that
Put Ramona on
means.
hold.
Yes, here's what that means for our friends. You guys didn't see that, but let me actually bring you to the combat scene so you can see the actual wonderful, cool-ass art. So that you guys see exactly what it is we were just giggling insanely about. That is the scene to be played out, but this is the missionary card. The meaning behind the missionary is those who spread wisdom and faith to others, warnings of the spread of fear and ignorance. And if we sort of blow this picture up, you'll see there. Oop, did I push it a little too fast? Let's try that again. There we go. That's better. You guys can see the wonderful art of the missionary. What does the missionary mean? It means the following with regards to your Taroka reading, Maeve.
We had the missionary before.
Have you, though?
I don't think so.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look, actually. So let's see. Has the missionary been accepted? The missionary has been accepted.
Oh,
One of the first
dear.
episodes.
So this is the first instance in our campaign of a cursed card being pulled.
I think it was pulled like the first or second episode.
Oh boy. The missionary appears as he did before. This time, instead of collecting tithes for a foreign god of a distant land, he is a decrepit form of his previous self. Who was it, Red?
I think he appeared to Claudio.
Yes.
Gave him all his money.
Yes. Amazing. That's right. And he is poor. He is destitute. He has nothing on him besides the robes on his back. And he points at you, Maeve, and goes with a sort of a gnarled hand and broken fingernails and says, "You must pay the price." And he hisses through his teeth, and you feel this sort of like buzzing in your head as you're running through the streets of Amherst, and you're like, "What the?" And you turn to your left, and he's gone. He's just disappeared. He has sort of faded into nothingness. From a mechanics perspective, Maeve, I don't think you're going to like this. Yes?
Go ahead.
Okay. You are cursed for 1 hour. You have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's not
good.
attack rolls though. It's ability checks.
Correct.
That's good.
Correct.
And it's not saving throws.
That is correct. Now, I'm going to remove the missionary since he has been cursed, and I can't bring him back. So I'm going to remove him. He is no longer in the deck.
I think I dodge that building first.
Yes, good thing you
Yeah,
dodged the
really?
building in the previous session. Okay, with that, let's go ahead with, we've already rolled initiative, so let me just give you some music, I think. And let's see what happens. Where did it go? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's right here. There's the music. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Let's go.
So Maeve's or Amnestria is basically got one level of exhaustion.
Essentially, correct, yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly correct.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these two enormous wolves stand flanking to the front of the stage where Dragaca stands, sort of with this grin on her face, and she just looks out at the four of you and sort of, as she has summoned these creatures to her bidding, and says, I knew it would be that you would want to steal my role. Of course it would be you, Vasca. And she points actually past you, Louisa, to Muadnhait. And she says, if you want my role, you're going to have to take it from me over my dead body. Okay, Louisa. What do you want to do?
Louisa kind of shrugs and says, well, all right then. And then runs her full 40 feet to here.
Oh, shit.
Has she given any impression that she herself is a werewolf and is about to transform? Or does she still look entirely human in
She
this moment?
looks very much human. You do not see her, sprouting fangs or fur or any of that stuff.
Okay. So, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to pull out the silver dagger that Amnestria has left in my care, and I'm going to stab at her with that. So, I don't really have that weapon, so I'm just going to roll a d20 plus my regular attack modifier.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. 14 to hit.
A 14 will miss, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, she dodges out of the way as you come at her with it.
Okay, so I will then, as a monk, for a bonus action, I can do an unarmed strike. So since she still looks human, I'm going to attempt an unarmed strike against her.
Super.
See, 12, nothing.
A 12 will miss.
Yeah. So in that case, I am going to spend one of my remaining key points, and I am going to use patient defense.
Okay. Can you tell the audience what patient defense does?
It does. So basically, I'm able to take the dodge action for my bonus action, which should put, hopefully...
Well, you've used your bonus action already.
Oh. That is correct. So I'm going to stand there and I'm going to get pummeled by these wolves.
Okay.
That is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So
Good choice. Good choice. A little bit on the nose, but a good choice. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Super. All right. It is now Amnestria's turn. Amnestria, what do you wish to do?
Well, I'm going to move a little closer so that I am within 30 feet of her. I think I'm within 30 feet now. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to cast a... Let's see. Close my window. How dare it. I'm going to cast one of my Crimson Knights.
Okay.
And I will cast... Are you showing up for me? I don't know why it's not showing.
Just tell us which one it is.
Doing the fire one.
The fire one. Okay, right. Cool. And what are you going to cast it on?
I'm going to cast it on my crossbow.
On your crossbow? Okay.
Yep. And then I'm going to take a shot at her.
Go for it.
Okay, I guess Firefox wants to misbehave today because I keep opening my character sheet in a different window and it keeps closing it.
Try Edge. I know this is a strange thing, but Edge actually works real well with Roll20. I know it's not a supported browser, but it works real smooth. Oh, damn. Look at you, Maeve.
That's gonna hurt.
Oof. That's a crito. So roll that damage.
Thank you.
So that's yeah.
Critical hit. Okay, so that's...
Yeah,
and then you roll your fire damage crit as well.
It's a 1d4.
So it becomes 2d4.
Okay, it's 2d4 because crit.
That's right. That's right. So 12
Nice.
plus 7, that's 19 damage so far.
Nicely done.
With one crossbow bolt.
That's right.
Nicely done. One hand crossbow bolt at that.
Yeah.
Where do you shoot her? Let's get some word flavor on here. Where do you hit her?
Well, I shoot right over Louisa's head,
Oh,
and
jeez.
I peg her in the
Thank you.
shoulder.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
I'm gonna yell at her. You dropped a building on me. Gonna make you pay for that now.
Okay. Before her turn, but after yours, Amnestria, she will use one of her legendary actions.
Of course she has that.
Well, she has that.
She sort of like pulls the arrow out, throws it on the ground. She's like, oh, you're all in for it now. And she like leaps through the air, like a tumble, a distance up to her speed without provoking attacks of opportunity. So she leaps, sort of. Through and up and over to the side of the stage to about here, where the wolf is. And she sort of like lands, the wolf sort of like growls at her like... And Draga just sort of like... She just like nuzzles the wolf with her hand, and she sort of gives it a slap on the side and she says, "Get him, big boy." That's her legendary action. And now it's her turn. Okay, what is she gonna do? Okay, that works. She will cast... she'll point at you, Amnestria, and she says, "Oh, please, those roots are so 384. You should get some better hair coloring." And she casts Vicious Mockery on you.
Oh, she's a bard, is she? Bard on bard action.
Louisa's insulted for Amnestria.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
And I don't have disadvantages on saving throws.
That's correct, only on ability checks.
Well,
That's a 5.
Yikes.
yeah.
Okay, so you take 4 psychic damage, and you have disadvantage on the next attack roll that you make before the end of Draga's next turn. That is her turn. Mikmick, it is now yours.
Okay. Well, I think Mikmick is going to try and get as close to Dragaka as possible.
All right.
He has 45 feet of movement at the moment because he's still under.
Because of Longstrider, yep.
Oh, yes.
And technically he will be going through the square of the direwolf, but he is 2 sizes smaller than the direwolf.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
he
right.
can move through it.
He can move through it, but it will get an opportunity attack if you leave its reach.
Well, technically I'm not going to be leaving its reach because I'll be basically just going right
Next to him?
I'll
Yeah.
be
Sort of
basically
sliding
right-
under the wolf, just like...
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
So yeah, get right up close to Dragaka
Okay.
with the gun out and
Okay.
press the gun's muzzle. Well, he's going to have to reach up and press the gun muzzle up against her chest,
Okay.
and he'll say, "I don't want to do this," and then pause for effect. So I won't. And he'll actually...
Habawa? Surprise!
And he'll
Mikmick is in league with the bad guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shocking grasp. Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that misses.
A 13 will miss, yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So yeah, you sort of like reach your hand, it's crackling with electricity, up to her, and she just goes, "Ah, you're disgusting!" Whoosh, and she smacks her hand away.
And I think that's all I can do.
Alrighty.
I only have one attack.
That's
So-
correct. It is now the dire wolf's turn.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so the dire wolf over here on the right will jump directly at Amnestria. It just goes... In fact, I've got some cool combat sounds with wolves, so let me throw that in there. Here we go.
Terrifying.
That does not sound good.
Nope. Nope.
So the wolf will jump at you. Its jaws just ready to sink its flesh into you. And here it goes with its bite. Okay. That is an 8 to attack.
That is a miss.
Awesome. The other dire wolf will turn over to Mikmick and will sort of like swivel in place and like level its eyes down at you, Mikmick. Now, it has a special ability called... Okay, wolves. Oh, we get it. You don't have to... Okay, we're going to keep you down. We get it. Thank you.
Down, boys.
Yeah, for real. Seriously. It has a special ability called Pack Tactics. Pack Tactics means that it has advantage on attack rolls if a creature is an ally within 5 feet of it and isn't incapacitated. So it will have advantage on this attack on you.
Yep.
Here we go.
The damage.
That is a 17 to hit.
A 17 that just misses.
Ooh.
A 17 misses because of your awesome friggin' armor. Awesome.
Nice.
I've got an AC of 18 because
That's
I'm wearing plate armor.
amazing.
Nice.
That's great.
So this thing like bites and you just like put up your gauntlet and it's just like a chew toy. It's just like and doesn't bust through. Amazing. Great job. That is the dire wolf's turn. So now it is Muadnhait's turn.
Muadnhait is just going to walk slowly forward. And as she does, she's holding her skull in her hand, and as she's walking and speaking, blue light starts to pour out of the skull's mouth and eyes and wrap around her as she walks forward and says, "I don't know who you are, but for the final time..." She's going to complete... wrong window. Going to complete casting her spell, which is a mirror image.
Okay.
And she's just going to hold up the skull in the air, all 4 of her, and say, "We are not Vaska."
Awesome.
And that is the end of my turn.
I gotta find a good mirror image icon.
I'm looking.
We've had
one.
one,
That
but
one,
this
I
is-
think, is the one we use.
Okay, super. Thank you. That's the best one. Okay, cool. Is that it, Muadnhait?
That is it for my turn.
Okay, after your turn, but before Louisa's turn, because her legendary actions have indeed refreshed, she will use one of the 2 to cast Vicious Mockery on you, Muadnhait. And she will point at the 3 images surrounding you as well as you, and say, I don't know which one I think is the ugliest. Oh, that's right, all of them. And she casts Vicious Mockery on you. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save? 15.
You pass easily.
Muadnhait just smirks because she knows she's gorgeous.
In a very Morticia Adams kind of way, you are
Yes.
absolutely right. Okay.
Beautiful and frightening. I love it.
Okay, that is the end of the legendary action. It is now Louisa's turn. Back at the top of the order.
Alright. So Louisa's going to sigh a little, and run apparently a bunch out of the way. There we go.
I'm sorry, I meant to walk there.
I got you.
That's okay. She's gonna move here, and we're gonna try to hit her again.
You will have
So-
advantage because Mikmick is on the other side of her.
So, since I'm still attacking with the dagger, do I just type in...
Just do it
roll
twice.
D10? Okay,
Yeah,
just do
and-
it twice.
Yeah,
Okay.
a cool trick with Roll20 is after you've
Yeah.
rolled the actual roll, you can actually just hit up on your cursor and it'll roll it again. The exact
Oh,
same
okay,
roll.
great.
It'll re-enter whatever the last text you entered was.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot to space it. Hold on.
All good.
Roll D20 plus 5. There we go.
Oh,
Haha.
yeah, that'll hit with the 22. Absolutely.
Okay.
You want to try for that crit?
So-
It's up to you.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
So you said
Just hit up on the cursor.
just hit up on the cursor. Ah, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nope.
22, much
Okay.
better.
So, okay. So dagger is a D4. So
Correct.
Plus strength, I think.
Plus your, well, it depends.
mine is my dex.
That's
Oh,
right.
right.
plus
It's monkey
3.
monk.
Yeah, indeed. 6 damage.
Cool beans.
Nice.
All right.
Okay. So, and then while I've got advantage, I'm just gonna try to. I will do flurry of blows, and I will hit her 2 more times. So
Very nice.
this time I am spending a key point.
Okay.
So, okay, so flurry of blows. Why isn't it doing it? All right, so
Okay, a 9 will miss on the first
21. She's got
attack.
advantage.
Oh, that's right.
got
21.
advantage. Yep.
Fantastic.
exactly. Okay, so 6 bludgeoning,
Oof.
and then 1 more.
That's 6 more. Nice.
There you go. 6
All
more.
right. Great,
6 and 6.
indeed.
Oh, she's looking beat up.
And then. No, I will stay. I will stay
Okay.
to give Mikmick advantage. So, all right.
All right. After your turn, but before, she will use the second of her legendary actions to, again, sort of, like, after she's been punched from the back, she's just like, insect. You could do for a makeover. And then she just, like, flips back and lands right in the middle between the 2 wolves.
All right.
Amnestria, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And I will cast a... I'll do the same thing. I'll cast a Crimson Right on my rapier. Pull it out.
Can you do 2 Crimson Rice at the same time?
I can just only do them one at a time. And
Okay, are you deducting the hit points?
I'm doing that right now, because
Cool
I forgot to do
beans.
it the first time.
Yeah.
There's 4. I don't need health.
Oh no. Stab self, stab self.
Oh, ouch, 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 ouch,
Yeah, you
ouch.
So you're like, take her hands that are already pretty burned and just sort of slide her rapier against it.
Okay.
See both of them glowing with fire now.
All right.
That's-
Amnestria, I would like you to roll a d10.
Sure. Three.
A 3. Okay. The stage that you've watched Dragika be on and sort of has this sort of pretty decent scenery on it, and it has these sandbags that have been swinging back and forth that sort of operate all the internal mechanics. And one of them sort of is swinging back and forth from all the ruckus that's on the stage, and Dragika sort of like points at it, and she just whoosh, and the sandbag snaps from its moorings and flies at you. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Mystery is that dex
since
tank.
Since I'm using the dodge action, do I get advantage?
Nope, dodge action is for attack rolls, not for saving throws.
Alright.
Eek.
That is a 7, which is a failure.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the sandbag hits you smack in the face. Sand just poof flies everywhere. First of all, you're knocked prone.
Okay.
And secondly, you will take... Where is it? It is... D6. Six bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
How you doing?
She's at 10 hit points.
Yes, I am.
Okay, that is, yeah, that was the end of her legendary action, Amnestria.
I have a question, actually.
Yeah.
Would drinking a potion be an action? Or free
Absolutely
item?
an action.
Okay, so then I can't do that right now. I'll wait.
That is true. Okay. It is now Dragika's turn. All of her legendary actions come back. And now it is her turn to do what she does. So, she will do the following. She will cast a spell. She will sort of... Yeah. She'll just come right up to here. right in front of the two of you, and she will cast Thunder Wave. She just claps her hands, and this enormous wave of force, like a giant drum, comes just spewing out of the space that her hands have slapped together. I would like, I believe, let's double check on this. Thunder Wave, there it is. And she's casting it at level 2. Constitution saving throw, please, for the two of you.
Does being prone affect that?
It does not.
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
Finally.
Good. Excellent. Okay, so you make it, but unfortunately Muadnhait does not. So you will take half damage. You will take only 5 thunder damage, and you do not get knocked back, Amnestria. Muadnhait, you take 11 thunder damage and are pushed back 10 feet.
Okay.
Yes, 10 feet.
10 feet, yeah.
As you do so, all of the benches, like just like an enormous boulder was just thrown through them, and there's just wood splinters everywhere. Muadnhait, you're furthest in the back. I'd like you to make a perception check very quickly.
Alrighty. 19.
Super. As you're thrown back and sort of skid to a stop, and they're like, your ears are ringing, you hear voices from several who you can assume to be townspeople coming from the town in your direction.
Yeah. We're about to have company. I don't know if they're friendly or not.
That is the end of Dragaca's turn.
Guess not.
Mikmick, it is now yours.
Well, Mikmick is going to jet under this dire wolf again and take an attack of opportunity from it
Okay.
to move to that place.
All right. To move over there. Yep. Okay. So it will not have advantage on this attack.
Yeah.
That is a 19
but-
to hit.
A 19 will hit.
Okay, that is 10 piercing damage. Please make a strength saving throw.
Save.
Come on,
Okay.
Barbarian. You're a strength. You got a strength, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strength saving
Yeah.
throw. Let's see what's like. Need 6.
Yeah.
Okay, you are knocked prone.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Oh, that's right, because of your armor. You can't be knocked prone.
Nice.
Amazing.
Infusion, I cannot be knocked prone.
That's right. Superb.
Nice.
I just have to use charge of it, but I've still got a few
So
charges
I
left.
want to know how that actually works from a sort of like if someone was to watch that and you watch the wolf just pull you with its teeth, sort of shake you and then throw you. Like what happens after that? I'm actually kind of interested.
Well, as you can probably see on the art that I got for him, there's blue, like little crystals on each of his joints, and as they sense him flying in the air, they all light up, and basically like a cat, he'll just land on his feet.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very, very cool. All right.
Nice.
So would that mean I would be stopped next to the direwolf, or can I still get that full movement?
You get the full movement. It doesn't knock you prone, so you don't have to get back up. So you're fine.
Well, after seeing what Radaga did... well,
You did take
yeah,
10
Radaga-
piercing damage, though.
Yeah, 10 piercing. I'll just kick it. 10. Yeah. And I'm not raging, so that's not halved, unfortunately.
That's correct.
It's a claw. Get your claws out of me.
But
I don't know who that was.
after
was
seeing
this. It
what
was a kitty.
Okay.
what Radaga did...
Yeah. You mean Dragaca?
Oh, Radaga, sorry.
I'm like, where did
keep
Radaga come from? You
I-
guys have been looking for her the
I
whole
keep
time.
mixing them up.
He's here?
We can leave, please.
After seeing what Radaga did, Mikmick will do the same thing and do a thunder wave.
By the way, I completely just forgot because I was in such a mood to get this going that I didn't do the recap. I completely forgot to do the recap. So after this battle is over, I'll just
do the recap.
Yeah, we'll recap just in case people are like, "What the fuck am I watching? I don't even know what's going on."
So it's a 15-foot cube,
Okay.
which means
Yes.
from where I am, I'll be able to affect both direwolves and Dragacar?
No,
No, you
only
won't.
one of them. Only one of them.
Only one?
That's correct.
I thought it's...
So this one is over here. He's affecting this particular area of influence. Right, 15-foot cube is a 15-foot cube.
Creature.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. So let me draw the 15-foot cube. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
I draw it for you. Here is your 15-foot
It
cube.
doesn't say 1.1.
Boop. There you go.
Yeah,
That's-
that's
yeah, that's how it
One
works.
person. That's not 15 foot, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
it is.
That's
I
3 by
will.
3.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
15.
15 feet is 5, 10, 15.
3 squares is 15 feet. It's not
Yeah,
a
it's pretty-
radius. It's
Right.
a 15-foot diameter.
That's exactly correct.
Sorry.
That's why, yeah.
Do you wish
Round the other way
do you
around.
wish to choose a different tack?
I thought it was... I will actually choose a different attack then. Because I thought it was a 15-foot radius.
No. And also, yeah, that wolf wasn't on the grid.
Yeah, he was not on the grid. He went off the grid.
Okay then.
Kitty got
I
me.
won't do that. What I will do...
You know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm noticing on stream that the numbers are a little... They're great in dark mode, but I can't really see them when they're put into the RSS. I'm gonna actually change it back to light mode. Shield your eyes, stream, because I'm gonna bring it on back to light mode. I apologize in advance. Ugh, I'm so sorry.
Well, in that case, I will... Instead of moving there, I'm going to keep tailing Dragacar and just move there. And... Yeah, he's just going to slash her a few... yeah. So he's going to say, "You're starting to piss me off." And he's going to enter his rage and then whack her with a hand axe.
Okay.
So
It seems like
my
the
rage
chat
up.
might have disappeared. Oh, so we're gonna make it happen, folks. Don't worry. I'm just gonna I'm gonna refresh my screen here. Hopefully this doesn't kill everybody. I apologize for the break in immersion. Here we go. I think.
And I miss her again.
You missed her again
Oh,
with a 13.
Yeah.
Alright, it happens. What are you gonna do?
I feel that pain.
Alright, the music should hopefully come back in a second. Come on, music.
That's all I can do.
Okay, cool beans. I will keep
Move into action.
going.
and
No
I
worries.
think I just got to double check something to see if my armor needs reaction for the stopping prone. Just checking that, so you can go on the next.
Yep, I don't think it should. I don't think it should change your movement. I think it's just prone.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if that actually counts as a reaction though.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm just going to check that out.
That's fair. You do that while we're on to a couple direwolves here, who haven't been hurt, by the way, at all. Just saying, right? Not been touched. Not been touched at all. Okay. Direwolf number 1. Can I take by the way, can I take this little like
The square, yes.
square out? Okay, cool. Just making sure. Didn't know if you wanted to use it.
And it is a reaction. So
Cool. So
Mikmick
you
does
used
have
your
a
reaction. Super.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Direwolf number 1 and Direwolf number 2. They will both come in on Mikmick and take bites with advantage. Bite number 1 with advantage is a 17.
17 will miss.
And with advantage, another one, 17.
17 will miss.
Amazing. 2 of them coming at you. And they're just like, you dodging,
armor.
you're dodging, you're turtling, you're doing everything you can. And these wolves are like, they can't get in. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm imagining Mikmick just stepping out of the way as they collide into one another.
Yes, just bonk.
He just ducks and they just, because he's so little. Bonk.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's keep going.
Speaking of which, seeing
Yeah.
as he's so little, would it be cancelled out because he's 2 sizes smaller
What would be canceled?
and they're doing melee attacks?
What? What you talking about, Willis?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know
He's
what
just
I'm
making
talking
the rules up. He's like, I'm making D&D 6th edition right now. Just letting you know, folks.
Yeah.
Where the
I know there's something to do with that like if they're 2 sizes smaller or
if you're 2 sizes smaller, you can move through an enemy target as well as a you can always move through an ally, but you can move through an enemy going underneath them. But that doesn't prevent you from getting opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if chat has anything to say about that. No, you have nothing to say. Do you, chat? All right, let's keep going. It is now the direwolf's turn. Is done. Muadnhait, it is now your turn.
Muadnhait is just kind of sort of dust the debris off herself from the thunder wave. And look down at Draga and say, I think someone needs to take you down a peg. And she is going to hold up her skull, and as she says that, more blue light is going to emanate, one from each eye socket and one from the mouth, streams going out, one to Dragaca and one to each of the direwolves, as she casts Bane.
Oh, damn.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
So
Charisma saving
DC 13
throws.
charisma saves from everybody.
Alrighty, so here come the wolves.
Pretty sure it's 13.
Wolves have a
Yes.
10 and a 7, so they will fail their
They are
Bane
baned.
charisma saving throws. Okay. And, Dragaca, who is a
It's a
bard.
bard, so she might pass.
She may, we'll see. She got a 21.
Okay, so she's not baned, but the wolves are. That means they have they have to roll a d4 and subtract it from every attack and saving throw.
Right on. I will put a little Bane marker on them.
And I am concentrating.
Yes, you are. Okay. Anything else? We're not.
End of my turn.
Cool. At the end of your turn, but before Luisa's, Dragaca will once again point at the stage, and she says, I'll take this whole place with me! And she unfastens yet another sandbag. Although, wait, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make this a rollsy. I'm gonna make this a rollsy. Louisa, roll a d10. Let's see what happens.
Okie dokie.
I was gonna do the same attack, but I think it's worthwhile trying a different one. A 9.
9.
Okay. Okay. A pyrotechnic charge. This is cool. Obviously, these people care a lot about, like, real good stagecraft.
Sure.
So, like,
Apparently.
she points at the stage, and, like, you hear, and a rocket shoots out from behind the stage, and it, like, whizzes by your head. The next attack you make will be with disadvantage, as you're like, what the hell was that? And, like, you have to refocus.
Is it something that theoretically I could use deflect missiles? Like, use my reaction to deflect missiles?
I love this so much, so I will say yes.
Okay.
But you will have to make a check for this, from what I remember about
Great.
deflect missiles, right?
Yes. It's here. I will put it in chat. So,
Yeah.
attack is reduced by
You're going to use your reaction.
D10. Yeah. So
Okay.
it didn't cause damage.
Correct.
So
So what I'll say is, I'm going to say go ahead and roll a d10 plus your dex mod plus your monk level, which is currently 4. And
Yeah,
let's see what you get.
so-
I'm going to put the DC. This is basically like a check in a way.
okay.
So at this
just-
point in time,
Double checking. Okay, so roll a d10 plus my dex mod.
Plus
right.
4.
So I'm gonna make the
Plus
DC. I'm gonna make the DC a 13. So if you get
Okay.
a 13 or higher, you'll be able to deflect it.
Here we go.
Oh,
That's a 12.
no.
That's a 12.
Oh. Okay.
Unfortunately. So yeah,
So
you're like,
that's a no.
whoo, and then like you raise your hand to be able to deflect it, but it goes right through the hole made in your
Okay.
arms.
All right. So my next attack will be at disadvantage
Okay. Yep, that's correct.
because of that. Okay, great.
Because of that.
So, excellent. So, all right. And it's my turn.
It is
I
your
think.
turn.
It is.
That is correct.
Yes. So, if I'm counting right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. 4, 5, 6. I'm going to risk the attack of opportunity from the direwolf to move here to hopefully cancel out that disadvantage.
Alrighty. He will have advantage because Dragaca is next to him.
Okay.
You sure?
But he's still in -4, or
he has a -4. He has the Bane.
Bane.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I'm gonna chance it.
All right.
I'm gonna chance it.
-4,
Also, I'm gonna try to take some heat off Amnestria.
No risk, no reward. Here we go. So this is with advantage.
Exactly.
That is an 18. Buddy has a D4 minus to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a 16 with the Bane.
Oh, yes, that hits.
So that's 6 piercing damage. Please make a strength saving throw as well.
Strength saving throw. Okay. 16.
You make it, no problem. You are not knocked prone.
And it was 6 damage?
Yes, that's correct. 6 piercing damage.
Okay. 31 minus 6. 1, 2, 3. 6. Okay, got it.
All right. What do you want to do?
Okay, so now that I'm here, my attack would be at disadvantage, but because Mikmick is
That's right.
flanking
It's a
with
wash.
me,
So you just a
it's
straight
a
roll.
wash. So I am going to, seeing as my fists actually harmed her and they are non-magical, I am going to put Amnestria's dagger away and I'm going to take out my quarterstaff. Question for you, because it is a versatile weapon, so I can use it one-handed or two-handed. If I use it two-handed, does that mean I then cannot make an unarmed strike?
No, because you can always use your feet.
Great. Perfect. So I'm going to two-handed attack, just kind of swing the staff around and just try to crack her right over the back of the skull with it.
That is a
14.
22 with... Oh, the 14, yeah, because no, it's a 14 straight roll. 14 will miss,
Okay.
unfortunately.
In that case, I'm just going to unarmed strike her.
Okay. As your bonus
my
action?
Bonus. Yep.
You got it. There you go. That'll hit.
All right.
5 bludgeoning.
Better. All right. So 5 bludgeoning damage.
Alrighty.
And I'm just gonna lean in and I'm just gonna say, pick on someone about your own hair. Look at those split ends. And just try to taunt her into coming at me instead of Amnestria again.
You know what? Just for the funsies, make an intimidation check.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, not bad.
15? I'll accept.
Uh-huh.
I will accept. Yeah, she gives you the nastiest like shit. I'm gonna
Great.
fuck you up look, and yeah,
Bring it.
that's what's gonna happen. Anything else, Louisa?
That is it.
Cool. After you go, but before Amnestria goes, she uses the second of her legendary actions, and she will cast Vicious Mockery upon you. She says, you know, I've seen you around town. Oh, am I sorry? Am I using your accent? Oh, this accent, it's so lovable, but it's, on the other hand, it's really just stupid. And she uses Vicious Mockery on you. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, that's a nat 1. That hits you right in the heart.
Louisa just go, joke's on you. And,
Oh, jeez.
oops.
Okay, let me give you the damage on that one. Cantrip. Oh, only 2 psychic damage.
Only 2.
But you do have disadvantage on the next attack roll you make.
Okay. Oh, wait. That's temporary hit points. No. There we go.
Don't give yourself
Okay.
more hit points.
I didn't mean to. Sorry.
All right, Amnestria, it's your turn.
Okay.
If I recall, I'm still prone, so
Yep.
I'm gonna use half my movement speed to get up.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drink a potion.
Okay.
Which is
2d4 plus 2. Plus 2, so that's 6 health back to you. You're at 11.
That's better than nothing, I guess.
Yep.
And that's would be my action. So I
That's
actually
correct.
don't think I can do anything else.
Okay.
Fortunately,
No bonus, and you can stay where you are.
I don't I mean, I can move, but I'm gonna get a attack of opportunity.
That is
and
correct. You'll get
with
2 of
11
them.
health. I think I'm good.
Okay, super. Good choice. Dragika's turn. She gets all of her legendary actions back. And, let's see, what can she do for her turn? Okay.
I don't like that laugh.
Cool. Yeah, she will cast Sleep. So she'll just go, nighty night, bitches. And she'll snap her finger, and there will be, in the space in front of her, because she doesn't want to catch her wolves. Although, wait a second.
She's gonna catch her wolves. It's huge.
It doesn't matter, actually, because it goes from the lowest hit point first. So
she has to roll her.
she will roll
these
exactly,
or
and
whatever
this
they
is
are,
at
'cause I
level
have to spell
2.
now.
This is her last level 2 slot. I'm being a nice guy and I'm telling you this, which means that 24 hit points of creatures are affected.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
29, 29 hit points of creatures are affected. And it's in a 90 foot... Here, I'll give you this description.
Yeah, I
Creatures
was gonna
within
say, I
20
actually-
foot of a point.
Yes.
Okay. So,
It's a 20-foot radius sphere, basically.
yeah. So she will cast it right next to you, Muadnhait.
Oh, okay. And it's 24 hit points of creatures?
29.
29. So who's lowest right now? I
It
think?
looks like that's Amnestria.
All right.
Definitely me.
So you guys will, first of all, fall... So Amnestria falls unconscious.
So that takes out 11 hit points from the 29.
Correct.
So now it's 29 minus 11 is 18 hit points of people left. Louisa, how many hit points do you have left?
She has
23.
23, which means the
Oh.
next one is you.
Is I'm
not.
down? Yeah. I'm
So
asleep.
both...
Question.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, Mikmick.
Go ahead, Mikmick.
So my concentration.
Your concentration drops. That's right, because you're
Concentration drops from
incapacitated.
Bane.
That's right. And there's no
And
more.
I'm asleep.
Amnestria is
Do we have a sleep icon?
part elf. So does that mean she can't be put to sleep?
No. Magically put to sleep.
Okay.
This is magically put to sleep.
That is correct. So technically, that is
wasn't sure if there was-
true. Eladrin, is that true? Check out with Eladrin. You might be right about that.
Because
yeah,
I know elves can't be put to sleep.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So if that's the
yeah.
case, then the 11 hit points goes away. So the
14
comes
comes
off
out,
of you. So 29 minus 14 is 15. And there's no one with 15 hit points enough to be unaffected by that. So it is only Muadnhait
Why not?
that is
I'm
affected.
looking for a good asleep.
Okay.
I got you.
My mirror image is still up though, because that's not concentration.
Correct.
Correct.
Magic cannot put me to sleep.
I will put you as unconscious because that is what you are.
Okay, there we go.
All right.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Someone should probably wake me up.
Someone. Just someone.
Yeah.
All right.
Throw
Dragika
something at me, it's fine.
Dragika is done with her turn. Mikmick, it is now yours.
Okay, so I'm raging, so I can't cast spells anymore.
You just started to rage today. Right now.
Yeah, basically.
Right now.
Well, basically started the last turn and went before I attacked.
Okay, cool.
So he's just gonna go, and he's just going to go and do his get out his secondary hand axe and make one attack on both of the direwolves
Cool.
with 2-weapon fighting.
Cool, cool, cool.
So, fuck off!
Love it. Love it.
So, I'm just trying to get what the 2-weapon fighting allows me to do. So first, there you go. 16.
A 16 will hit.
Okay, and that would be only 3 damage
Okay.
probably for that one.
Sure.
And then the offhand attack is minus any. What was it? I'm just trying to.
So two-handed it's the same attack roll, but the damage is lower.
Okay. Well, it can't be lower than 1.
That's true.
So
Well,
3
technically it
attacks.
can actually, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll
Yeah.
allow for
So-
1 if need be.
So 3 damage to both of them then, I think.
Did you do the second attack to find out if you hit?
No.
That will miss,
11.
unfortunately. 11 will miss.
Yeah. So he attacks this one first.
Yep.
This one.
Super. All right. Yeah, that one you take a little sort of like a little bit of hair, just take a teeny bit of hair out of him. He looks down at his forepaw and he's like, not too happy about that.
Yep.
Anything else, Mikmick?
That's all.
All right,
all
but
it
you are
can do.
raging, so let me give you a little rage, a little angry gnome. Let me think. What's a good angry gnome? Like here.
Angry gnome face.
Here, really swole gnome. There we go. There you go. There's the swole gnome. Fantastic.
I love it.
Okay. End of Mikmick's turn. Dire wolves. They did not like being swinged at, sir. But they see they see someone who is perhaps a little less armored than you, that deserves a little bit of punching in the face with their teeth. So the dire wolves will move up, and they will each be attacking with advantage, one on Amnestria and one on Louisa, with their bites. Here's the one on Amnestria. That's an 18 to hit Louisa. Oh, sorry, Amnestria.
That's gonna hit me.
That's 6 piercing damage. Please make a strength saving throw.
I can do that.
You do not get knocked
Nice.
prone. All right, very nice. And then the second attack will be on Louisa.
That goes to.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
8 piercing damage.
Bane, remember?
No Bane because she's asleep.
Ah,
Yeah, I
okay,
got knocked
so
out, so the spell's done.
Yep, the Bane's got knocked
sorry.
off, unfortunately. But the mirror image remains, surprisingly. It's not concentration.
There's 4 of me asleep over here, so please come wake all of us up.
I like to think like Moynat's like asleep, but like the other 3 are like trying to like wake her up. She's like, "Come on, you got."
No, because they all do what I do.
That's
so
true.
They're all
That's
asleep
true.
As well.
Just 4, just like laying in a row.
I like to think it's like a little pile. They're like curled up like kittens.
That's adorable. Amazing. Okay, 19 will hit you, correct, Louisa?
Yes, it will.
8 piercing
Do I
damage.
also need to make
Yeah, strength
8?
saving throw. Yeah,
I thought
8
you said
damage.
9.
8 damage and a strength saving throw,
Okay.
please. Okay, you do not make it. You are knocked prone.
Okay.
One of these incoming townspeople wake me up. Come on. Wake me up.
There's your prone marker. All right, that is
Alrighty.
their attack. Moynat, it is your turn.
I'm
But
asleep.
before you go, I know it's
can't do anything
I
else.
know you can't. But before your turn, Dragica will use one of her legendary actions and point her finger over at you, Amnestria, and go, "You know, I get it. Insomnia, right? It happens to the best of us." And she casts Vicious Mockery on you.
Ugh. Come on.
Wisdom saving throw.
I'm on it.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go. 18 wisdom save. You've passed without a charm.
You have no idea.
I want to find out more. Do you want to know more? All right, Moynat, you are asleep. You pass your turn. Louisa, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm going to use half my movement to stand back up.
Sick. good.
And then I am going to, again, try to use my quarterstaff on her.
Okay.
So
That's a natural 1 and we'll miss, unfortunately.
it is. So does that take care of the disadvantage?
That's
or
correct.
Is it on my entire round?
Nope,
Okay.
just on the first attack.
So I am going to spend my last key point, and I am going to flurry of blows again. So I am going to get 2 more attacks against her. These 2 will be at advantage though, because Mikmick is still flanking.
That is correct.
So, oh, natural 20.
There you
on
go.
that
There
one.
you go.
There
We're
we
rolling
go.
a lot of this tonight.
Yeah, and then 1 more. 17.
Okay.
Which
That
hit.
will hit.
So 11 plus 7, 18 points of damage to her.
Okay. So, Louisa,
Mm-hmm.
you miss with your staff. You
Yeah.
whirl around and
Good
narrate how you wanna knock her out. Offer. You tell me.
So Louisa kind of looks back over her shoulder, seeing Moynat prone on the ground, knowing that she can't do much to try to wake her up just yet, and the only way to end it is to is through, essentially. So she takes her staff, she twirls it around, she aims right at Dragaca's head, which is actually, while she ducks, that was what she wanted to do, because then she is right in contact with both of her knees as she just drops her staff, grabs her by the back of the hair, and just slams her head and nose, feeling that bone just crunch up into her brain twice against her knee.
Awesome. So she
Fatality.
dies? Question mark?
That might open a whole can of worms.
By the way, before you make
Bludgeoning
this, hey, bludgeoning damage can knock you out. Amnestria,
Yeah.
you did get a redemption in chat, a potion of healing for you. So 2d4 plus 2 to Amnestria.
Oh, do I just automatically use it?
Automatic.
Oh, awesome.
That's chat for you.
Thank you.
So go ahead and roll that 2d4 plus 2 and let's see how much you get.
What?
So 7 points back.
Nice.
And that was from JF, I think. Yeah.
No, actually, yeah, that was from JF. Well, there you go.
Can someone in chat spend points to wake me up?
Potion of healing.
Drop a healing potion on her face, like that will heal her up.
Don't drink potions while you're asleep. You will drown. That's a bad idea. All right. Louisa, back to you. Your decision, please.
Something about what she said about Vasca wanting to take her place. I don't want that to happen automatically. So I'm going to do non-lethal damage to drop her unconscious.
Okay. She falls unconscious.
Which might still leave us with the wolves.
It does.
Yeah.
And an unconscious bard.
Yeah.
Indeed, it does.
Sadly, sleep is not a concentration spell.
Yeah.
I will remove Dragaca from the initiative order, though.
But since I did Flurry of Blows, I can use the disengage action. So I will back up 10 feet to Muadnhait and just start kind of yelling at her like, "Wake up! Wake up!"
That step of the wind, which you...
No, it's a part of my drunken.
Oh, that's right, the drunken
mastery.
mastery thing. That's really cool.
Exactly.
I love
When I use a key point to
Do Flurry of Blows,
Flurry
yeah.
of Blows, I gain an extra 10 feet.
So like you're
so
like, and then move away.
Yeah, move away, and so yeah, I would lightly kick Muadnhait, but I don't know which one is her.
Awesome.
Trying to wake her up.
All right. That is the end of your turn, Louisa. It is now Amnestria's turn.
Well, I'm also going to disengage because I don't like being here right now.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to disengage back here, and while I do that, I am going to cast something I haven't been able to do in a while.
Actually, Louisa, if you reached out to shake me, you would know which one was me because you would just pass through the mirror images because you're not trying to hurt me.
Okay.
So you could just shake me awake.
Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Sorry about that.
Well, I'm reaching around with my foot to try to kick you awake while I'm focusing
Don't stab
on
yourself
people
on the
in front of
horns.
me.
Matt,
I wanted this.
can kicking me awake be her free interaction with an object?
Oh, are you an object?
Right now I am. I'm unconscious.
Let me just take a look at the spell. I think is an action to wake someone up from sleep, but let me
Oh.
double
is it
check.
an action?
I will double
Very-
check. Let me check. Sleep. Starting the spell. This or someone uses as an action. Yep.
to shake or slap
So
the sleeper.
lo siento
Sorry.
mucho.
I already used my action. I'm sorry.
Okay. So
I'd like
yes,
to cast Blood Curse of the Fallen Puppet on Dragaca.
is that an action?
No, it's not.
Oh gosh.
I don't think it is.
Well,
It's a reaction.
it is a reaction that already happened.
Well, that would have been on
Do you
Louisa's turn.
Right, but she didn't use it on Louisa's turn. She used it on her own.
Does disengaging count as a reaction?
No, disengaging counting as counts as an action.
Oh. Well, then I haven't used reaction, then, have I?
I guess
She
what I'm
could have
saying
used her
is
reaction she could have used it before she disengaged.
right, but she didn't.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to retroactively say that you did that? I'll allow
Yes.
it. But just remember that these things do take place on other turns, reactions usually, for the most part.
Oh. Perfect. That makes more sense. So yes, I would like to do that.
Cool. So I will sort of rewind the tape, so to speak. That when Dragaka falls to the ground after after Louisa punches her in the face, and she's just like, my face, falls to the ground, and as she does so,
Try getting that nose job fixed.
she will give that creature a final act of aggression. It will make an attack against a target of your choice.
The wolves.
Fantastic.
Which one?
The one you've already attacked.
Okay. She has at her waist a short sword, which she hasn't even taken out yet. So she's just like, what's going on? And like her hand like reaches to her belt and shing, and then she just stabs it into the wolf. And she misses with a 6.
Oh.
That's why she hasn't used that sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's like, no, and falls to the ground. I'm gonna make the wolf make an insight check. Because didn't like getting, yeah, it rolled a 17, sorry. If it rolled low, it would have been like, fuck you, I'm gonna eat you next. But yeah, it rolled a 17.
Aww.
All right, Amnestria, I think that is it for you, correct?
Yeah.
Super.
That's all.
All right.
Wait, disengaging is an action, not a bonus
Correct,
action.
yes.
Damn.
It is.
Unless you're a rogue or some kind of a cool monk who likes to drink. Mikmick, it is your turn.
Second verse, same as the verse. He's gonna slash at
Who's
both of
out of
those
keep-
wolves again.
All right.
And I just read it up, and it's any ability modifier, but I have no ability modifier on the hand.
That's right.
So,
That makes sense. But I think you can have it like you can't have negative damage. It's not like you give
Yeah.
you give hit points back to them, but you can do 0 damage. That's true. That is a 5 to hit, sir,
missing
and a
both.
4 to hit. Yeah, that's a 4 and a 5 to hit.
Both missed.
All right,
Yikes.
it happens. You're just like,
Yep.
I'm between a rock and a wolf place. What am I doing here? And that's it for your turn. The dire
Get the height
wolves.
difference right.
Yeah, that's fair. I gotcha. The wolves are both going to attack you. They have advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. All right. Attack number 1 on you is a miss with a 12, and the second one with advantage is a 19.
19 will hit.
9 piercing damage, but it is halved by your rage. Make a
So that would be what?
that would be
4 or
4. Yeah, round down.
And make a strength save.
Strength save.
And strength saves advantage because I'm raging as well, or no? That's
Rage, I think it is strength saving throws. Let me double check on that. I think you're right.
yeah. I'll just double check that as well.
I'm pretty sure. I know it's ability checks. I don't know if it is
Yeah.
saving throws. Yes, when you make a melee, you get a bonus to damage, resistance to bludgeoning, advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Haha!
Nice.
Yes.
The mind hasn't gone yet, folks. There you go.
Hey!
It's a good thing that you had
Sweet.
advantage on that one. Very nice. 20. Well, you would have gotten it anyway. But
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
minus 4.
You stay strong. That's their turn. Moynat,
Yep.
it's yours.
Asleep.
Asleep. 4 little chicks, all in a row, asleep. Louisa.
I will use my action to lean down and feel around to figure out which one is Moynat, and I will grab her by the shoulders and I will shake her awake and be like, "Come on, wake up! One's down, but the wolves are still here." So,
Okay.
Do not like her.
who, me?
No, not you. Her.
Oh,
Stop.
no. I don't think that I really have much in ways of bonus actions if I'm not attacking someone.
Yep.
So.
Yep, that's fine.
What will I do? I will. I'll move here
Okay.
now that Moynat's awake. To just hopefully.
If you
Draw.
move there, you'll get advantage off of Mikmick.
Oh. Yes, you are correct. I will do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's it. Oop, that's not right. Give me 1 second here, folks. There is a slight... Where is that? Oh, there it is. There we go. I did not do something correct, but I want to make up for it. It's fine. It's no problems. Come on. Ba 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 ba.
Awake.
Okay, forget it.
All of me are awake.
Okay. Superb. Moving on. Amnestria.
I'm going to attack with my hand crossbow.
23 will definitely hit.
I attack the same wolf that is already injured.
Okay.
So this
8
this one.
piercing damage. Very nice. Now, did that have a right on it as well?
Yes, it did.
So
Correct.
roll that fire damage.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. All right. Anything else in Amnestria?
That's my turn.
Mikmick.
Okay. He's gonna keep trying to slash at these 2 wolves.
You should have advantage on the one on the left because I'm flanking with you now.
Okay, so 12 and 14.
Let's see if that's enough. Whoops. Let's see. Is 12 and 14 enough? Well, 12 is not, but 14 is. So that does
Okay,
8
so-
damage on the one to your right, I'm assuming? Just a guess.
Yeah.
Super.
So he's basically going 1,
1, 2.
every turn.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Little chunks of flesh and fur. Anything else?
No, that's me action bonus action,
Right on.
apparently.
All right. These dire wolves are not having a good time with you because they just can't get through your armor. So this one will take an opportunity attack, step on Dragika's face, move away from you if you would like to use your reaction for an opportunity attack,
Yeah.
which will miss.
No.
Ooh.
And they will both come at Louisa.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. With advantage. A 15 to hit.
Oh, just hits.
5 piercing damage. Please make a strength saving throw.
Alright. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strength saving throw.
You fall prone, which makes the next attack at advantage, at super advantage. I'm just kidding. There is no such thing as super advantage. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Yeah,
that's
it
not
just
a
doesn't.
thing.
It just doesn't happen. All right, but it does bite you with advantage.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
7 piercing damage,
Okay.
and you are on the ground. Why not?
All right, I am going to take half my movement to stand up. Going to walk right over here. And just going to look at this wolf and say, "You are not welcome here anymore." And, why are my character sheets being weird? First up, I'm going to hex the wolf.
Okay, which one? The one next to you, I assume?
Yeah, the one right in front of me.
Cool beans. It is
And
hexed.
it is hexed. And then I am going to cantrip, hit him with a booming blade.
Right on.
Nice.
Booming
So
blade.
that's the booming blade damage. If he moves, here is the 2 hit.
which
13
will miss, unfortunately.
13 misses?
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry
Damn it. Well,
to say.
shit. I even rolled max damage on
I
that weapon.
know.
Aw.
Well, fine.
Eep.
Still hexed.
Sorry, but he is hexed.
And so I've concentrated.
But if he moves, he will take thunder
Oh,
damage.
wait. Never mind, because Hex is concentration, so I couldn't have cast Booming Blade.
Oh, booming blade is a concentration spell.
Well, oh, wait, no, it's not.
Hex
I was
is
thinking... Sorry, no, it's not. I was thinking that Booming Blade worked like, a smite. It doesn't.
Oh, no,
It's
no, no,
just
no,
a
no.
cantrip.
That's
My
correct.
brain farted out. I'm used to doing Paladin smites.
It's cool. The great thing
yeah,
about the great thing about it, it will tell you in your spell list if there's like a little C next
Oh,
to
yeah,
it.
I know. I wasn't looking at my spell list. My brain just farted. That's
There's
all.
like a great little API for Roll20 called concentration that if you were already concentrating on a spell, which you are now, so I'll give you a little concentration marker,
Yeah.
that if you try to cast another concentration spell, it'll say, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to cancel out your concentration spell that you do?" It'll do it exactly like that, like Groucho Marx. "Are you sure? Hey, you want a concentration?" Like, it will literally do that, though. So it's
Oh,
useful.
and also I get to choose one of his abilities. Strength.
Solid. Good choice. All right, moving on. Louisa.
Which
You're-
one looks more hurt?
The
You're
one
on the ground, by the way.
Yes, she is definitely on the ground, so I will give her the pronify. Although she'll probably get up, so I don't want to just put the icon on and take it off.
I'm gonna get up.
Yeah, she's
so
gonna get up. She's not gonna
don't
attack
worry.
from prone. That'd be dumb. The one over here
she's a
directly
monk, so
to
she
your
could.
right. She could, yeah. The one to your right is a little bit more hurt than the one over here.
Okay, then I'm gonna attack the one that looks more hurt with my quarterstaff. At
Alrighty.
advantage because of Mikmick.
Nice.
23.
Yeah.
8 bludgeoning.
Ooh, man. Yeah, that'll hit,
Okay.
and that'll hurt.
Great. And then I will use my bonus action to do an unarmed strike still against him since he is still up.
17 will hit.
Okay. 7 more bludgeoning.
Ooh, baby. This guy's going down fast, but he is not dead.
All right. Okay. And then Louisa's not going to move because she does not want to leave their melee, and she just kind of like leans on her staff for just a second and breathes real hard. She's bleeding everywhere, basically.
Right on. Understandable. At this point, the majority of the townspeople have filed in and sort of run in by the last 12 or 18 seconds, have sort of made it through the streets, and many of them are now washing this. Some are sort of like putting their hand to their head, going, oh, and like putting their hands to their mouth, shaking with fear, eyes wide with terror. The men are holding the women. The children are gasping, like, like everybody is just having a good old time watching the four of you take on these two wolves.
Oh. It's a regular coliseum up in here now.
It is indeed. Amnestria, it's your turn.
Well, I'm gonna move closer, and I'm gonna attack this wolf that's injured. And I will attack it with my rapier.
Okay.
It doesn't have any extra bonuses on it.
That is a 15, which will hit.
Okay. Then +4.
Nice.
Nice. And I'm gonna bonus attack with my crossbow.
Super.
Do it.
Crossbow master.
Get 11.
Then you won't have disadvantage because of your crossbow mastery. 20 will hit. Not that it would matter because you got 20s. 20s all the way
There
around.
we go.
Nice. You and those D4s. Get it.
Fucking hell. All right. Very nice. Yeah, just like point blank right into this creature's
So 10
craw.
and 10.
Just like, these things are starting to fall apart. We see which way the wind is blowing. Mikmick, this is your turn.
Quick question. If I were to duck under the wolf and pull Louisa away from the two wolves, would that provoke an opportunity attack from the wolves on Louisa?
That is correct. Yes, it will.
No, unwilling movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
So it would provoke an opportunity attack if
Yeah.
you moved away, right? So if you pulls her away, she won't get an opportunity attack on her. But if you move away, then it will on you.
You will get yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Because because that was the plan, that I would duck under the wolf and then pull Louisa away.
Well, that's the
But
thing.
if-
This is the thing about unwilling, quote unquote, unwilling attack, unwilling, pullaways. If this is an ally that's pulling you away, that's technically a willing move, right? Because you're going with your ally, right? An unwilling move would be something like you get blown away by Thunderwave.
Just kill
And
these
then
fucking
you're
wolves.
I'll be all right. Just go.
Let's just kill these wolves.
That's just
Louisa's like, go, just hit it.
y'all are messed up.
Okay. So Mikmick is still going to duck under the wolf.
Cool.
And then, yeah, he can't cast a spell, but he'll attack this one
Right on.
twice. So instead of taking both of his attacks on two separate ones, he's going to attack one twice.
You got it.
One,
There you go.
Nice, there you go.
The 21 will hit,
and
but
the
this 10
second
will
attack.
not.
Yeah. So that's 7 damage
7 damage.
on this one. Yep.
So Mikmick. It only had 7 hit points left.
Woohoo!
You can't do non-lethal damage with an axe.
No.
I mean, you can turn it around and hit him with the non-sharp side. But I get the feeling Mikmick isn't into that kind of stuff. But who knows? What do I know about Mikmick?
Well, I mean, he's currently raging, so
That's true.
he just wants to... And
Yeah.
these two wolves have bitten like 3 times.
That's
so...
true. That's true. So you bury the axe.
Oh.
Where do you bury this axe?
Well, considering that they're probably both facing Louisa, I think Mikmick's just going to bury the hand axe right in the neck.
Cool. Yeah, it whimpers and then sort of like does sort of like a slow circle and then falls dead.
Poor puppers.
And for a bit of flavor, can I say that the axe was stuck in there?
Hey, you do you, man. Whatever you want to, whatever you want to flavor it. You flavor it spicy. You flavor it salty. I don't give a crap. It's all good.
Well, as I said, he's in the middle of a rage, so...
He's just yanking on it. He's like, "Come out! Come out!" Love it.
Since the
No, I think he just left it in there. He's still got one.
Since the wolf just went down, can I use my blood maledict and have it attack my
Ooh.
my blood curse and have it attack the other wolf?
As your reaction. Now, the question I have for that, because that was does that happen? Can you take a look at that blood maledict, the curse of the puppet, and see if it's once? How often you get to use it?
Because of my particular school
Yeah.
that I can do it twice.
You can do it twice.
Nice.
Excellent. So yeah, you can.
Excellent.
Then you can blood maledict this puppet wolf all over the place.
All right, blood curse. So yeah, I'd like to have it attack the other wolf then.
Sure. Why not? It's just like, and then like in a horror movie, like it settles down and the wolf like turns over to it, like, and then like just like one final bite right at the face, which will hit, doing
Nice.
10 piercing damage and killing it.
Oh my god.
Nice.
As she does this, you just see like bloody tendrils connecting it to the wolf that just died. She just pulls her hand away.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, these wolves both die at essentially the exact same moment. And they collapse, and then there is just, like, silence. And the audience of this ridiculous affair looks at each other, and they look at you. Do you have anything to say?
Where is the Meister Singer?
The Meister Singer immediately bursts forth from the crowd. Art! And as this particular scene unfolds, he snaps his fingers. Like this. Come on, come on! And then, all of a sudden, bright lanterns from the crowd, as well as from the surrounding houses, shine kind of on the four of you. In the gloom of the afternoon, obviously it has brightened you somewhat. And all the villagers sort of run and surround you all in the midst of this amphitheater. And you do notice that amidst all the villagers, there are people dressed in black robes with masks on their faces.
I look at the Meister Singer and I say, explain.
And he claps his hand. And as he starts clapping with applause, all of the people start clapping, like around you. There's this just enormous, like round of applause. And he says, "Oh, yes, yes, that's a wrap, everyone. I want to thank you for coming to another performance of the Amherst School of Living Theater. And I want to remind you of our next performance in 8 weeks, where we will be putting on The Scholar of Barrow White Hill. Let's have a round of applause for our actors, our backstage crew." He gestures at the people in black with white masks on who take off their masks, and you see that they are sort of haggard people who have these sort of bags under their eyes, like they haven't had a lot of sleep in a long time. Their eyes are bloodshot. And especially our guest stars. And he motions at the four of you. and there's just tumults of applause. And like everyone's cheering. You look over in the corner, Gorgov is there. His beard has come off. He is not, in fact, an old man at all. He is a young man, probably in his like 20s or 30s, and he's like, yeah, you guys are amazing. Ha ha! I didn't even get to do the shoot thing, but it's cool, you guys are great.
I'm gonna walk up to the Meistersinger and punch him in the face.
Make an attack roll.
Well, Mikmick just
I'm like, do I
ignored
have an
everyone.
unarmed strike on here? I don't actually have one.
That would be just a d20 plus strength.
Okay, which is, I believe, a -1. Yes, it is.
He's not wearing any armor.
An 11.
Yeah, that's enough. He has a DC of 10. Right in the face. Oh! What the hell? Everyone's just like,
I'm gonna grab him by his robe and just drag him away from the crowd and down to the stage.
okay.
I'm gonna plunk him down on a bench.
Let me bring his token on just for funsies. Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm gonna plunk him down on this bench right here in the front and say, explain now.
He says, what is there to explain? You... What?
You've been fucking with us for a week. Explain.
I haven't been messing with you at all. I will be honest with you. I thought that you were here for the... Do you know where you are?
Well, why not questioning him? Amnestria's gonna get up real close and aim her crossbow that's still very much on fire at him. And
like everyone
flare.
like gasps, like over dramatically, like oh, like one woman faints.
Our friend is dead. This isn't a joke. What the hell is going on?
One man says, "We don't consider our art a joke."
Your art. You murdered our friend and set him on fire for art?
What? Everyone's like, what? The Meistersinger is like, please, everyone, calm down. Now, there were some unfortunate circumstances we can understand. Dragaka here probably took things a little bit too far, I think. Clearly, the furrier's bride was not a role that was ever meant for her, and yet she seemed to, take that a little personally, I think. But...
Dragaka killed Claudio? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I mean, I assume that is the reason why she is now... And he points to the ground and the wolves' dead bodies. Here, I mean, you found the murderer, correct? He sort of looks around at the four of you. You're not talking, and that's a little frightening right now.
Before I kill you, tell me now, once and for all, do you know anything of Radaga?
Yes. Yes.
What do you know?
She was here about a week ago. If you want, I can take you to where she stayed.
Why not just nods? She's this close to murdering this fucker. But she needs information.
What about the rest of you?
Louisa is searching the crowd just visually. She's not actually moving so well just yet. But she's visually searching the crowd for Damir to see if he is a part of this and has potentially been lying to her
Make
this entire time.
Make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, you look, it's just a sea of faces punctuated by these guys in black cloaks.
Also, I feel like I got a claw to one of the eyes, so I'm like, everything is just bloody.
Ooh.
I'm just kind of like, oh.
Ow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The crowd is beginning to disperse, so it's up to you. Amnestria, Mikmick, how about the two of you?
Well, as I mentioned in chat, Mikmick just goes over to the body of Dragaka and just sees if she is actually all right, but with a nat 1 on medicine, I don't think he can see that well.
I think with a nat 1, I mean, like, it's a body.
It's a body. I mean, with nat 1, can I see if she's actually still breathing?
Not with a nat 1.
Not with nat 1?
Nah. Nat 1. Maybe with like a 5. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
It's like,
I
breathing?
just want to see what
Breathing? Okay, never
nat
mind.
1
Like,
would get. It's dead body.
Yeah.
It's a dead body.
It could be, yeah.
So Mikmick will come over to where the Meister Singer is and just say to him, I'm not sure if Dragaka was the murderer, if this was all just an act.
Oh, well, we do the Furrier's Bride a lot. And this is not usually how it goes.
She did have means, and she did have motive. The store is hers now. And she had access to all of the people. But whether or not she did it or not, I have no earthly idea.
So the bodies that we found in the barn, were they part of this act?
No. If you're referring to Zagia and, what was his name? He's like snaps his fingers and,
Gladieux.
No, not Claudio. No,
Draco's father?
Yes, Draco's father. That's correct.
Satori.
Yes, Satori. Thank you. It slips my mind. There's so many people who come into Amherst, seeking to better their craft. Their names, I mean, that's not really their name anyway. It's, of course, just the role they inhabit. My name isn't really Ivan Marek, but we do what we can, of course. It makes us closer to the role to inhabit it all the time.
Method actors. Fucking hell.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Nothing.
While you guys are talking to the Meister Singer, Amnestria's gonna go over to Dragaga and grab her by the scruff of her shirt and shake her.
Her limp body is just like rolling around.
Must have failed their saving throws.
I'd like to slap her.
Okay.
Repeatedly.
Yeah. Death saving throw 1. Death saving throw 2.
I think they're gonna have to actually heal her because
Yeah.
she's at 0.
That's right,
HP.
exactly.
What a
You
way.
don't wait. That is the wrong way to wake up an unconscious person. Just saying.
I mean, if I
Do what you want to do, Amnestria. It's your character to play.
Well, I'm just saying, if I slapped her, I think
Oh,
she's
God.
gonna-
Did you have your glove off?
Yeah.
I have a couple fingers that are
Oh,
uncovered.
balls. Okay. Well, that does D10 damage automatically, and she fails 2 death saving throws right off the bat from that.
I mean, why not already plan to set her on fire? So
Hey, it's cool.
Now has a Amnestria-sized handprint on her face that is not going away. Anyways.
Yeah, it's like a blackened sort of char print on her face, and she's just like her eyes are shut, and her voice is just like chortling.
I
And
think I killed her, but
the-
she's on her way.
yeah, the Meister Singer says, I mean, she could. We could reform her. There are places to take her. The Dreadlord could certainly perhaps have some use for her. And everyone's like, oh, and like you hear like whispers. Make perception checks. because there's a name that's being sort of bandied around, but I want to see who hears it.
My perception checks are at disadvantage, are they not?
Correct, for the next hour.
Ooh, that's not a good one for me. 6.
Well, let's see what happens.
I think, Louisa, actually, it works out that you're the one who hear it probably more than any of the others, and you've heard it probably because you've been here in Kartakas for 7 years, and you know who this is. This is a name whose name is Harkon Lucas. Everyone's like, oh, Lucas.
We've heard his name before.
You have, but
Yeah.
Louisa hears it spoken amongst the crowd.
If she looks up and thinks that they haven't heard it, she's just going to say, Hakon.
Oh, the werewolf.
Is he? I thought he was the beggar lord.
Oh, different one, yes.
Everyone's sort
I
of
mean-
in the crowd. Everyone, like, when you're just talking about this, like in the open, everyone's just like, oh, peas and carrots, watermelon.
And watermelon.
This is where all the acting tropes come out, folks. Okay, so if you don't like it,
Mm-hmm.
there's the door.
Take us to wherever Daga stayed. Or me. I don't care. If I look at her much longer, I'm going to kill her.
We'll take care of her. Correct? Stage manager, over here, please. And one of the guys in black, just like completely exhausted looking, just comes, like, he's got a clipboard. He's like, yeah. Can we do something, Dragaka, perhaps? Yes? He goes, sure. And, like, he puts his hand to his ear, and he goes, yeah, I'm gonna need someone to come help out Dragaka. She's out. Well, wake him up, then.
I think Mikmick's going to try a little something a bit out of the ordinary for what you've seen Mikmick do. He's going to somewhat gently grab Meister Singer's arm and just give him a quick shock and grasp.
Okay. Make your attack roll.
20.
Jeebus. You just
It
sort of
also should be noted that there are still 4 Moynots. They will be for a couple of minutes.
That's fine.
You don't have to worry
it's
about
only
the
a
rage
1 minute spell. I
damage
thought it was a
because-
10-minute spell. Never mind.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
no more 4 more knots. Zap. How much damage do you do? The lightning damage.
Only 2 because
Yeah, because the rage doesn't transfer. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Zap. Ow! That really hurt. What the?
And then without saying anything, he'll go over to Dragaka and do his thing, and just cure wounds. Dragaka.
Okay. Dragaka, her eyes flutter. She stops chortling and choking. And she's like, I can't. And then she sees.
Amnestria is still very much holding her.
Oh God. Yes.
Oh, if she's awake, I'm transferring my hex to her.
Okay. She's wreathed in purple energy. Amnestria is holding her. Amnestria, what is your intent? Let's make that clear, just because I don't want to have people working against each other here.
Well, if she killed Claudio, Amnestria is probably going to kill her.
Or not
Okay.
will.
Well, as she said, kill her repeatedly.
Okay. Yeah, Mikmick, you heal her. She wakes. She sees Amnestria. She says, "Oh no!" And then, like
I'm going to stand right here.
the sort of like gaze, and you can say to her whatever you want.
Talk now. Did you kill our friend?
He was in the way. She sort of gasps.
She's just going to reach down to her belt.
Wait,
Hold that.
I was going to say, I want to help you with this.
Yeah, no, she's not going to do it quite yet, but she's going to reach down to her belt and just take the iron spike that he was nailed to the door with. And do you remember this?
She says nothing.
I think we might need to find a door to pin you to. Permanently.
Moynat sort of reaches into her satchel and pulls out a flask of oil and just shakes it in front of you.
Louisa, Mikmick, Anything?
Louisa just takes a step back to allow the people who knew Claudio to do what they're going to do.
What do you think, Amnestria? A door or the stage?
She did always. She seems to have a flair for the dramatic. I think one last performance for her would be nice, don't you?
I do.
Start dragging her towards the stage.
You drag. She's like, ah, and you drag her onto the stage. Yeah. So, by the way, sorry for the dog. I don't know what's going on out there. Apparently, dogs listened to you guys killing wolves and was not particularly happy.
We're happy about it.
Yeah, it's fine. You drag her onto the stage. You sort of deposit her onto the stage.
While she's on the stage, I'd like to try to stab her and pin her to the stage.
Okay. I mean, we're gonna. I'm not gonna draw this out.
Oh, of course.
Right. Tell me what it is that you do in front of the entire village of Amherst here.
Well, when I drag her to the stage, I'm going to throw her to the ground.
As you do so, I want you. You have a passive perception. What is your passive perception?
I think it's only 11. Let me see. It's not great.
You don't notice, but maybe the rest of your compatriots do.
Mine's a 14.
Super. Anyone higher than a 14?
18.
Louisa.
Yeah, Louisa's our observant person.
Yeah, she's the one looking through the crowd who can't find her own master for some reason, and looks and sees just the face, like the sea of faces, and everyone's just like gone completely stark. Like all of the overacting, all of the whatever you want to call it, method, Meisner technique, bullshit, gone. Just staring at this act that's happening on stage. And one of the people in the crowd like takes their child and just like turns them around and buries their child's head in their apron and says, "We need to go. I don't want to be here anymore." And as you do see that happen, Louisa, the gray clouds that have been ever present over the forest and over Amherst village begin to darken to a solid black roiling mass. It doesn't smell like rain, but you hear and the
Louisa,
wind begins to pick up a bit.
Something's coming.
Seeing what Amnestria and Muadnhait are doing, Mikmick will address the quote-unquote crowd that's gathered and say, "We are not actors. This is what happens when you try and put in adventurers into an acting place."
When you say that, Mikmick, atop the stage, there is a voice. The voice is a lilting, melodious voice, full of humor and pathos, able, you know, just in your very hearts when you hear it, to hit the most heart-rending notes if it ever would ever to grace you with its song. And it floats down to the four of you, just as Amnestria's hand is on this iron spike about to drive it through Dragaca's breast, and potentially light her on fire along with the rest of the stage. And the voice says, "Oh, I know all about that. Go ahead and do it. I could always use some more help in my neck of the woods." And you look up, and sitting atop the stage is a long-limbed man. Dark brown skin, a goatee a beautiful wide-brimmed hat. He's chewing on something. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's sort of a long, thin, maybe a stick. Let me give you some handout love here, folks. Hold on, give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves while I do it.
We're about to meet Harkon.
Sort of look down at Dragaka and say, well, you are willing to kill for your art. Are you not willing to die for it?
Nope, that's why I
Nice.
draw the line as an actor.
There he is. This is Harkon
Oh.
Lucas.
Ooh.
Nice. I like his aesthetic.
I was like, I like his boots.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say
boots
the
are great.
boots,
Good boots.
the boots are where it's at.
Absolutely.
I like his jacket.
His jacket is pretty fucking dope. Yeah, he's got a sense of style, and he does have sort of this amazing looking violin, sort of that he's using it to sort of like maybe scratch the back of his head for a sec. But he has in his other hand this beautiful red, like cherry red bow. And as he's talking, he's just sort of slowly playing this this tune, and you recognize it almost immediately. Here, let me.
This is the Medosti again.
It is the Medosti Mora. So let me bring it on back to Medostiville. Here we go. It is this. And he sort of looks down at the four of you and says, oh, don't let me stop you. More than happy to let things play out the way they were supposed to. Dragaka looks up at Harkon and she says, you lied to me! You lied! You said I would have all the power! He continues to play the violin. He says, I said if you did what I wanted you to do successfully, I'd give you all the power that you wanted. You didn't work out too well. Acting probably isn't your gig, baby. And she just like starts crying in her hands. Don't mind me. I'm just giving you a little bit of a soundtrack.
I look down at her. I look up at him.
Amnestria's going to look at Muadnhait.
Muadnhait sort of feels her rage ebbing. And she looks back up at him and says, don't think I want to make you happy.
He stops immediately. He
And she's
says,
gonna put,
go ahead. You first.
she's going to put the flask away. Just turn, walk back to the Meistersinger and say, show me now.
Amnestria.
Ozor.
Amnestria is going to...
I'm on the edge of my seat here, Maeve.
She is going to bring down the piece of iron, but she's going to bring it down against the collar of her shirt to just glare at her. Shake her head, just not say anything, but just stare at her, just with absolute hatred. She is very much not happy.
Okay. Harkon looks at the four of you who have not done what he had expected you to. Or at least the two of you, anyway. And he says, well, that just fucking blows chunks. Oh well. Maybe we'll get one next time. Well, I'm off, folks. Have a wonderful next play. Don't forget, rehearsal is the key to success. He smiles this beautiful, like, pure, brilliant smile, and then ring plays a note on his violin, which sort of echoes throughout the whole town and just disappears. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh-wee.
Interesting. Okay, folks, we'll be back.
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from
Ooh-wee.
here? Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take our break. Let me find. There it is.
Oh, and by the way, we haven't had our introduction yet.
Oh yeah. Fuck it. If you haven't caught up, then go watch the shows. There's that. That's your recap. So we'll take like a good 7-minute break, and then we'll be back in 7 minutes, where we get to find out what happened to our friend who supposedly was here, but I guess perhaps was not. Our friend Radaka. So yeah. Stay around, folks. We'll be back in 7 minutes. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. Okay.
So mad at him.
We're back. What was that, Moynat? You said something?
Oh, I said yes. I was gonna say also as I walk from the stage, I will move my hex from Zagia.
Dragaga.
Good God.
Too many agaga, vlagaga, shmagagas.
From Popeye. I will move my hex from Dragaga to the Meistersinger.
Awesome. Okay. This sort of strange wisp of purple energy sort of snakes around his legs. He goes, what? Let's
Move.
Okay. Don't need to be so pushy. He sort of sidles through the crowd. They part for him and you, Moynat, and anyone who follows you as well. To the
Amnestria.
yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go
Amnestria
ahead.
is going to follow, but before she does, she's going to lean down to Draga's ear, whisper to her that you will never have true power, and then motion to the handprint that is now on her face.
Oh yeah, forever.
Or, I'm going to make you live the rest of your life, and you'll have that memory there for the rest of that life.
Why am I getting Shadow of War vibes?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a smidge.
I don't know what that is. That's fine.
The sprinkling of Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It's a nice touch to the pain.
Yeah. I'm sorry. To the what? Yeah.
Louisa's going to wait for Amnestria to come up beside her before she turns to follow Moynat, and she's just going to wordlessly take out her wineskin and hand it over to Amnestria.
Amnestria's going to take a big swig.
Or 7.
Yeah.
And
She
Claudia.
might not give it back right away.
That's fine. Louisa
It's
like
down the whole
rummages
ring.
through a satchel and like pulls out a bottle of wine and just starts chugging it herself. It's
Yeah.
fine.
The interesting thing about Mikkelbrow, which Louisa you've become accustomed to, is that after you take a drink of this sort of bitter red wine, for maybe, I don't know, a minute or two, your teeth are stained red. So as like Amnestria just like gulps it down, and like you just see like the red just flow out from the corners of her mouth, and she comes back and she's like, that was really great. And she like smiles and her teeth are just all red.
It just pats her on the back.
Mikmick, Moynat, Louisa, Amnestria, I'm going to go ahead and assume that the 4 of you are together during this interlude. The Meistersinger, or so aptly named, whatever his real name is, you'll probably not know. Doesn't really matter though, because he
Don't
brings.
really care.
No one really cares either. You go with him to the area around the well, the cistern that you used to put the fire out for the bakery. And the Meistersinger goes around the other side of the well and says, okay, here we go. And he sort of reaches down to the ground where very, very expertly hidden, there is a latch. And he pulls the latch and there is a trap door under the very ground that you have walked. Lord knows how many times. No one ever checks for trap doors in a village, do they?
Not in the center of the thoroughfare, no.
Everyone's like, oh, we're in a dungeon. Check for traps. Check for secret doors. That'll learn you.
Too bad I'm not playing my investigator from Pathfinder.
Fuck yeah. That would be horrible. You'd be like, first day, you'd be like, it's her.
Yeah, there's a trapdoor here.
Yeah, trapdoor here. These guys, they're stagehands. What the hell? Like, honestly? Yeah, so you watch Marek pull up this trapdoor and sort of throw it open, and he points down where there is a stairwell, a wooden stairwell going to some kind of tunnel underneath the village. And he says, I can go first if you'd like. He starts to descend.
Yeah.
Before Muadnhait goes down, Mikmick will just come up to her and just hold the pistol up to her and just say, just keep this pointing at the back of him. It seems to work sometimes.
That's all right, tiny one. You keep it.
Okay. And he's going to move to the back of the line.
Okay.
Is this area lit in any way?
It is. It's lit by lanterns with, candles inside of them. And
now you probably all see that Louisa's got the glowing necklace.
oh, cool. He descends into the tunnel.
The stone is back on it.
The stone is back on it. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The stairs descend into a relatively narrow tunnel. This tunnel is held up by wooden beams and seems to be carved into the very earth and stone underneath the village of Amherst. You see that as he progresses through, he takes one of the lanterns off the walls and walks through this tunnel ahead of you, clearly needing the light to light his way because no dark vision, folks. As he passes into this tunnel, you do see that it actually intersects with several other tunnels as you walk. These tunnels, as you look down them, seem to branch off in different directions, and you do see these fellows in black cloaks with white masks walking back and forth with their clipboards, making notations, looking at the wall, looking at Marek. He sort of gestures to them, and they sort of nod to him. You see a couple of them with wheelbarrows as they're walking through these hallways. Some of them have large amounts of dirt and yellow flowers placed inside. Others are bringing back charred pieces of wood, like on their shoulders. This is just carrying them, like grumpily, like, Meistersinger? Moving along. And the Meistersinger finally walks for about 5 or 10 minutes through this meandering maze of tunnels underneath the village of Amherst, the School of Living Theater. And he approaches a door, which he removes a key from his belt and unlocks. And he opens it and places the lantern on a hook inside. And you see a small room. There is a cot, well-worn cot, a chest of drawers, a trunk, and a lantern. This lantern emits a very soft glow, like a white glow, the source of which you can't necessarily see off the bat. And he says, well, this is where she stayed.
Does she come here often and use this room?
No. She was here for, I don't know. I would say this is the first time I've seen her in months. She was here just over a week ago, and then left in, I would say, a little bit of a hurry, I think.
So why exactly did everyone pretend like they've never heard of her? Is there a reason for that?
I told them not to.
And it never once occurred to you that we were actually looking for her.
Well,
Well, that if you
even if you were, I couldn't let what was happening with Dragaga just keep going. She was going to ruin the play.
all you had to do was ask us for help. We would have helped you.
I did
and
ask
not-
you for help. And you gave
No,
it very kindly.
You misled us. Lied to us.
It's what we do. We're actors. We're the opposite of people.
Well, at least you're not lawyers.
The hell is a lawyer?
You don't want to know.
I'm going to start looking through Radaga's things.
Okay.
How long did this take to get
I'm
down
sorry.
here?
I think Megan just like had a little bit of like an internal like thing. I don't know what happened there. Just pulled it in. Good stuff. Good job,
Sorry.
Megan.
It's the line. It got me.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have to get one person every session.
It has to happen. I give myself inspiration. All right.
How long has it been since?
About a week. About a week.
Oh, no, I mean since the start of the fight. How long has it been?
Oh gosh, probably 20 minutes.
Okay. I was just wondering if
Her
I was
curse.
wondering if the hour had passed.
Yes. No.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm going to begin looking through the things in the room. I want to look in the trunk.
Sure. It is locked.
Oh boy, does any Mikmick, do you know how to pick locks? I forget.
Yes, Mikmick is the
there a lockpicker?
designated lockpicker because he's got proficiency in thieves' tools.
Yes, please.
I thought the crowbar was just the designated lockpicker.
That is one way to break the proverbial locks on most
that
things.
is option. That's option 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mikmick's gonna attempt to pick the lock,
Okay.
even though technically his thieves' tool proficiency is not with lock picking, but done that.
14.
14.
Okay, that's good enough. You slide the lockpick inside. You guys hear a little jiggling of metal against metal, and the padlock opens, and the chest of drawers is able to be opened.
And Mikmick will step back and pretty much gesture to Muadnhait if she wants to investigate the trunk.
What is inside the trunk?
You open the trunk, and there are a great deal of yellowed papers written in a sort of scrawling hand. They are for the most part in common, although the ones that are not in common are in a language that you don't really recognize at all. In fact, yeah,
Not
Any of us
common,
know that
Sylvan,
language?
primordial, elvish, or abyssal?
no.
Not all mine, so nothing to add there.
The ones in common, however, seem to be not written in the hand that writes in this language that you don't know. It seems to be that maybe it's written in multiple hands, ascribing to the potential situation that these are papers and or treatises, perhaps even, taken from several different sources.
Okay. What do they seem to be about?
You spend the time looking through these papers. Probably takes you about 5-10 minutes to sort of read through them. Should I tell you now, or should I wait for everyone else to do whatever they want to do? I think
Mikmick's going to investigate the room as well.
Yeah, tell us what you guys want to do.
Did you mention Draconic when you...
I did not mention Draconic. No, I don't speak Draconic.
Are they in Draconic?
No.
Damn. That's okay.
Mikmick, you can hit me with an investigation check if you want to look around the room.
Would it be investigation or would it be perception?
Definitely investigation.
Investigation, okay. A 16.
Cool. You look at Muadnhait, who's sort of like searching through these papers. You're like, okay, well, she's got her hands tied there. You look over at the bed. The bed itself looks relatively well worn. There's obvious use there. You look over at this weird lantern, which is sort of glowing with this strange light. Make an Arcana check.
Huh? 23. Nice.
This is clearly some kind of magical object. What it does, you don't know, but you look inside and you don't see a candle. You don't see any flame at all, just this sort of glowing mote inside the lantern. The lantern itself is actually closed from all ends. Like whatever is inside, this glowing thing inside has been enclosed by glass.
Mikmick will just speak up and, is it alright if we stay here for about 10 minutes? I want to have a closer look at this lantern here.
By all means. Moinat sort of mumbles as she's reading.
Okay.
Amnestria and Louisa? You want to say anything?
Louisa's going to, having just been shown a trapdoor in a village she's lived in for 7 years and never noticed, she's going to look for more trapdoors. So.
You're gonna look for trapdoors in the trapdoor space of the trapdoors with the trapdoors.
Yes,
super.
Exactly.
Let's go. Trapdoor it. Investigation.
I'm guessing.
Yes. A 9, no trapdoors.
And we realize why she never saw that one in the first place.
Right. Exactly.
And basically, Mikmick's just casting Identify as a ritual cast.
All right. I'll tell you last, Mikmick. Amnestria, what about you?
Amnestria is sitting there, leaning against the door, muttering to herself, but also talking to herself.
Okay.
You can't really make up most of what she's saying, but she seems kind of annoyed that they've lied to her this entire time, and also feels that if they had just told the truth, maybe Claudia would still be alive.
So what language is she speaking in, or is she just speaking under her breath?
She's going back and forth between Common and Elvish.
Alrighty. Moinat. These papers and treatises and some papers you would, just by their size, think, and by the way that the edges are frayed, you feel like some of these have been ripped out of books. But they all concern the same thing, which is dead gods and the echoes of their power now that they are no longer in existence. And these are called vestiges. In a nutshell, that's what all of these papers seem to be about. That gods, benevolent and nefarious, have the ability to no longer exist, whether it be from combat with other entities of the same power, whether it be that they are forgotten, whether it be that their followers are no longer in existence, whether it be that they are taken over and become different entities entirely. There are other gods mentioned here and there. But what happens to the actual essences of these creatures? Because they are, after all, living creatures, gods, after all. When their life force is extinguished, what happens to that life force is that it crystallines and becomes solidified. And potentially, these vestiges can remain in a single place, emanating their power for eons to come.
Is there anything in these notes about destroying those?
Unfortunately, no.
I'm going to gather up the papers in the language that we don't know to take with us.
Okay.
Is there anything else in the trunk?
There is, Louisa. You do see a quiver underneath all of these papers, sort of old and dusty quiver. And there is in this quiver a set of 4 arrows.
Louisa will take it out, kind of dust it off, and then toss it to Amnestria. Can you use these?
Look down at them and slowly nod her head and just look at them a little closer.
You can make an Arcana check. I mean, they are
do you have-
beautiful, very well crafted.
Do you have a regular bow as well?
I don't, but I can get one when we go back to town.
Oh, I do have one, so if you need to
Oh.
use that, you can.
Is that Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana, please.
I guess the disadvantage didn't matter for once.
14. Clearly, there is something about these arrows that seems to call to you. These things are not of normal make. What they do, you don't know, though.
And
The only problem is, are they for a bow or hand?
They are for a
Or
bow.
crossbow.
Right, yeah, they're not bolts, they're arrows.
Is there anything special about the quiver?
No, as far as you can tell, I mean, it's beautifully made out of very nice leather.
Right. Just
But the arrows
sort of-
seem to sort of, you take them out and you hear like the Lord of the Rings music when he pulls shing, like, oh, yeah. Okay, that's all you see inside the chest. Mikmick, your identify spell completes. And you note that this is an object known as the Ghost Light.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh. Sounds
Ghost
interesting.
Light. The way that this Ghost Light works is that whilst the glass is down, it basically acts as sort of like a muffle to the ghost light inside, that it presents only dim light within a certain radius, which I'm going to tell you in a second. Where is it? Here it is. Dim light in a 5-foot radius. If you raise the hood or raise the sort of glass enclosure up, it will shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. So that's 60 feet of light, which is much better than almost every lantern or torch that you know of for certain. The other interesting bit about the ghost light is that whilst any creature is in this light and is invisible, they will be made visible.
Ooh. So how big is the room at the moment?
I
Or
would
how
say
big
it's
is
like
the-
8 feet by 8 feet. Not a very big room.
Well, Mikmick, after figuring this out, he'll just say, everybody, shield your eyes for a sec. And
Sure.
he unmuffles the lantern
Mm-hmm.
to see if there's
This
anything invisible hidden in this room.
Absolutely. The light comes out, very bright, like Meister Singer's like, ow, gosh. And
It's say to shield your eyes.
yeah, he clearly didn't listen. And you look around the room and you see no, invisible objects or creatures.
And then he'll just cover it back up so everybody can see properly again.
Ugh. Okay, well, there you go.
Was there anything she said to you when you were here? Or she was here?
No, she just said that she was leaving in a hurry.
I didn't mean when she left. I meant when she was here.
No, she said that she had need for a room, that she couldn't be disturbed. That was pretty much it. I mean, Radaga is Radaga is Radaga. You kind of have to leave her be.
You know where she went.
No. That I can
No.
tell you for certain.
Do you know which direction she left the town in?
She left in, I would assume, the same direction that you four came in, from the north entrance.
She didn't speak to anyone while she was here, correct?
No.
What's her part in your little play?
To stay out of sight.
That's it?
Radaga doesn't like the arts. She's too heavily invested in the future.
That makes two of us. Take a long swig of the flask.
Red teeth. Listen, if you would like some Meeklebrow for the road, we can certainly, lend you some. We make quite a lot of it here.
Do you have any idea where Radaga may have gone when she left this place?
I do not. I wish I could say I did.
Did you speak to anyone else while she was here?
Not that I am aware of, no. I hate to leave you in a lurch, but I do have to get back to my...
Before you go, I believe there was a matter of payment for solving your little murder mystery.
He sighs. Oh, right.
And I think we should be compensated for our lost friend.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm definitely not the person for that right now, but let's see what happens. Yeah.
He says, I don't know that that's really our fault, to be honest. He got involved in a situation he probably felt that he could handle and clearly couldn't.
I believe that the exact phrasing of your cast member was that he got in the way. And as who's the director of this? Is it you? If you truly do not have control over your actors, then what kind of show is this?
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, actually, with that one. Oof, that one. Anyone's a director? Oof, man, that's the worst.
Also, Matt Mikmick's taken up
Oh my
the
God.
Ghost Lantern.
Okay, cool. Put
So
that
I
in
just
your...
chucked it in my... Yeah, I've got...
Super.
I was able to get it out of the compendium, so...
Yeah, Louisa, he looks at you and he says, now let me tell you something, Louisa, if that is your real name.
It is.
Good. I don't think that you're really cut out to be one of us.
No shit.
I think it might be best that you took your leave.
Oh, so I don't ruin your little performance now that I know what all of this bullshit is.
Well, we all know what it is. We just prefer to stay in the spirit of this place, which is the foremost of... And he just starts to rattle off all of these things. He starts monologuing. He starts monologuing.
Louisa's just gonna sigh and look at the other three.
I sort of walk forward and I say, you will compensate us. As promised.
What was
And
that
really,
promise? He sort of scratches his chin. He's like,
if your art requires the death of unwilling participants, well then that is a price that as an artist you must be prepared to pay. Or else your performance lacks integrity, wouldn't you say?
I prefer not to have anyone die during my productions. It makes recasting such a chore, honestly. So,
Then perhaps you ought to compensate us, lest word that your performances are unsafe reaches others.
that's a threat. 100% a threat. So, intimidation, please.
I wish it was persuasion, but I'll take it. God damn it, motherfucker! Wait, I have inspiration that's going to expire at the end of this session,
You do.
so I'm going to use it to roll.
Roll again.
Might as well. I've got nothing else to use it for. An 11, motherfucker.
He says, I will not be held accountable for the extreme actions of an ingenue who did not know her role. I'm so sorry. The only thing I can offer you is the information which I promised you, which was this information about Radaga. I don't believe any money was actually talked about.
That is not true. We did talk about money, actually.
How much was it?
If I remember correctly, it was something.
He sort of squints at you like, are you fucking with me? Are you fucking with me right now?
I distinctly remember us asking for blood.
Blood? You asked?
That's true. That is
Claudia
what our
did.
fallen friend requested.
Oh, that's right, blood.
And money.
I took copious notes. I don't remember about money.
Let's see them then.
You want to see my notes? Fine. It's fine.
Oh my God.
It's got everything on all the campaign stuff. That's fine. Are you? There's no money involved there. There was blood wine. He said, "Do you have any wine?" Can you read my notes? I don't know if you can read my notes.
I actually do think Matt's right. I don't think we asked him for money.
That's why I was like, I had to check. I was like, fuck. Did I actually give him money?
Moina was trying to jump on the persuasion chain, but she could only come up with a threat. She doesn't know how to be nice to this guy. She hates him.
Fair.
Makes two of us.
You're looking at the ghost lantern, Red, not the ghost light.
Yeah, he made
Right,
he made his own version.
Oh no, it's not my own. It's part of the adventure.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I don't think it
We're in
made
the
it.
theater.
Don't blame me. It's part of the adventure, folks.
Yeah, Ghost Light's not in the compendium. So.
Correct. It's not. It is very similar to something else that's called the Lantern of Revealing.
Ah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hopefully we can expect that maybe you'll wherever you're headed, you can let them know that the Amherst School of Theater, of Living Theater, could always use some.
Sucks is what it does. She's just gonna leave.
Absolutely. I was going to look at him and say, that's not going to happen.
Thought as
If
much.
you excuse us, we need to go collect our friend.
Okay. And he wordlessly lets you go. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to go to the barn and figure out how we're going to transport the remains of Claudio out of here.
Okay. Louisa, Mikmick, Amnestria, what do you do?
Louisa's kind of in her own little world right now. Just everything kind of colliding in her brain and trying to make sense of the last 7 years and what was real and what wasn't. So she's just kind of wordlessly following Moina.
Her life's flashing before her eyes at the moment.
Pretty much. She's just kind of like, she doesn't know what to think. She doesn't know what to believe. She doesn't even know if the one person that she even remotely trusted is trustworthy. There's a lot going on up there.
Mikmick will say, does anyone want me to identify that quiver?
Amnestria's gone. She left the way that we came in.
Did you follow us, or are you still in the room?
Oh no, she
No, I'm.
stormed off after.
Oh, okay.
So I guess that's a no.
We'll have to catch up first.
The day starts to turn to the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that the celebration, the planned celebration, all of the decorations for the festival of Grandfather Wolf that were being planned for the whole time that you guys are here. Stage hands, as you can probably call them right now, these guys in black clothes, wearing white masks, they're starting to take them down. The village is starting to look a little bit more
Quote unquote normal.
normal, yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, you see a couple of villagers, and some of them have like books or pages in their hand, and they're sort of like carrying them with them as they walk, and they sort of like see you, and they're like talking, and then
Doing
they
the
stop,
script.
and they're like, oh, and then they just sort of like walk around you.
We were the 11 o'clock number, apparently.
Why
So
not?
what was
You go
the
to
next,
the sorry,
I-
the next play, the one that the Meistersinger told you about, or what was going to be the next one? Yeah, it was called the Scholar of Barrow White Hill, which you can see emblazoned on the sort of notebooks or pages that these people are carrying around. Moynad, you go into the barn, and the charred remains of your former compatriot are still there.
And
And look for
the
some
two
sort
other
of like
bodies.
The other bodies are there as well, yes.
Is there a
something-
third one?
Pardon?
Is there a third one?
So
The
the
baker.
baker should
the
be there too.
baker, that's correct, yes.
Would the baker be the gate? Because we don't know if she was taken to the barn or she was taken somewhere else.
She was there.
Yeah.
So 4 dead bodies. Everything's fine.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
that's what I was
around.
just checking. It's like,
Absolutely fine.
she's still alive. What?
I'm looking around for something with wheels that could be pulled by people as opposed to horses.
Yeah, there's wheelbarrows.
Say, well, this isn't exactly ceremonial, but I suppose it will have to do. And I will load Claudiu's remains into a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
I think
And
there
I'm
was a
going-
cart in that map. I think.
Cart probably needs a horse. I'm not that strong. And then start taking him to the gate of the town.
Okay.
And she's just going to sit by the gate and wait.
As you sit there, a young man comes up and sits next to you and says, hey,
Yes.
it's me. Gorgov.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to let you know, no hard feelings.
Hard feelings.
You know, about what went on. He points at the cart.
Oh, you mean you don't feel bad about my friend dying?
No, I very, very much do. Meaning, how best to put this?
You wish it wouldn't have happened.
Yes.
It made me just appear out of nowhere.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
like,
like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Gnomes, man. Scariest creatures in the whole D&D multiverse. Gnomes. Serious. They just pop out
Especially
of
with the
nowhere.
armor just popping out of
Just
nowhere.
forget it. Ugh.
Mikmick learned how to message.
That's why you gotta encase them in stone and keep them on your lawn, and then you're fine. Yeah, Gorgov looks over at you, Mikmick, and says, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Well, I wish it hadn't happened either.
Well, I'm not going to need this for the next show. So, and he takes out the spear
Chewing stick.
and he just hands it to you. Says, the wolves are real. They're a giant pain in the butt.
Yes, we've noticed. Some of them are human, you know. You might want to be careful.
Yeah, I did not know about Draco. That was a surprise.
Well, you know what they say about wolves. They travel in packs. I doubt
did you
he's the
find
only
out?
one.
How did the Gorgov's actor find out?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
How did Gorgov's actor find out about Drago?
I mean, we found his body in the woods.
Yeah, I was just wondering if he had gone outside the walls.
Yeah.
Or if he's just stayed inside the walls.
No, we go out. We don't go out very often. We go to Harmonia.
Yeah.
Harmonia is not too far down the road. It's like, a day's travel from here, but it's big city life. I'm fine just right here.
Sorry, I thought no one went out during the night.
We said that because we wanted you to stay. Yeah. And it's also like horrible at night, right? It's not a good idea to go out at night.
That makes sense now. Just putting everything together. It's just.
I get it. It's just like. Yeah.
Galaxy brain, I think, is a term that I've heard before.
I don't know what that means. It's cool. So, anyway, wherever you're going back to, just, and he sort of like has nothing else to say. He's just sort of like gives the sort of slow punch to your shoulder. Like,
Why not just kind of looks at where he touched her and then just stares back out at the woods.
you don't have like a boyfriend. Oh, never mind. Okay, sorry. I'm cool. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm good.
Yes, you should probably go.
Okay, I'm good. And he just like turns, and then he like turns away. He's like, yeah, okay, I'm going. Okay. Amnestria, what are you doing?
Well, Amnestria has left town. She went south.
Wow.
She went to the area where she searched before. Out the other gate.
Okay, got it. What are you looking for?
She's just going to sit by the marsh and just watch it for a little while. Not looking for anything specific. She just needs some time to
Sure.
not be in this town.
Some of the words from this afternoon spoken by Harkon Lucas sort of keep rolling around in your head. And they hit a note. You felt disappointment. Felt a lot of disappointment in you. That you could be so much more. But you chose a different path. And although clearly his intention was to make you into a star, fame has its dark side, as we all know. And what you pay comes back 3 times sometimes. It does ring a bell in your head about something else in your past. About the price of things. And as you stare into the swamp, you don't have to tell us what you're thinking. Spoilers. But there is that thought. Yeah, Louisa. What about you?
Louisa has gone once she realized that Muadnhait and Mikmick were just kind of waiting at the gate for the ride, essentially. She's going to go back to the tiny room that she has rented for almost 7 years on the outskirts of town. She's going to take all of the Meaglebrow that she can find in her room and put it in a bag. She's going to drink almost an entire bottle herself. She's going to pack up what little clothing she has left, like her one spare outfit, a cloak. And she is not going to go find Damir, but she's going to leave him a note that says, I was never good at goodbyes, so let's not. And I hope if I ever see you again, that you'll prove to be the man that I hope you are, instead of the man I possibly now think you are. And then she will take her stuff and join Mikmick and Muadnhait at the gate and wait.
Okay. Amnestria, the afternoon grows kind of dark as you look out over the water. The sun is beginning to set, the moon rising quite full in the sky. And as it does so, almost immediately as the sun dips below the horizon, you begin to hear them. The howl of wolves. A company of wolves. Howling almost like they're singing to one another. A beautiful harmony.
I could say something inappropriate, but I won't.
Good. Thank you, sir. Restraint is always good. Amnestria, what do you do?
Well, as the sun sets, she's going to just watch it dip below the horizon, or whatever horizon it really is in this place. And then she's just going to turn and slowly walk back towards town.
Okay. As you enter the town, you are already beginning to see changes in the town itself. The costumes, as you now know them to be, of these individuals who are no longer in the same outfit as they were before. Some of them have completely different, like, hairstyles. Some of them have completely different dresses and blouses on. Some of them are no longer wearing furs any longer. They're wearing sort of stylized tricorn hats and pince nezes. They seem to be from a sort of a different era almost entirely than the one that they were before. The only thing that has stayed between the Furrier's Bride and the upcoming theatrical extravaganza, I'm sure that will be with this new production, are the beautiful arrays of yellow wildflowers. The foxes tongue that you see in every single flower box along the road that you walk. And you reconvene at the north gate with Muadnhait, Mikmick, and Louisa.
When I walked through town, was the carving I did into the inn still there?
Oh, it's still there. Yeah. Leave a tip. Amazing.
I'm going to stop in front of it, reach for my dagger, realize I don't have it, and just shake my head and leave.
Okay.
Head to the gate.
Yep.
I don't have the dagger I would have added to the message.
Oh, man. I couldn't wait for more, honestly.
Well, you could try and do it with a crossbow bolt. A little bit awkward, though.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Great. So, yeah, you make it to the front gate. Muadnhait, Mikmick, and Louisa are all sort of sitting there. It reminds me sort of like the scene that in my mind, like people waiting for like the midnight train. Like everyone's just sitting there. Yeah, exactly.
Second Georgia reference
nowhere.
I've had in my head in this show because I was thinking Devil Went Down to Georgia when he showed up with that fiddle.
Yep. And everyone's just sitting there like it's quiet. All you hear are, the sounds of animals howling in the distance. And at this point in time, it's like, ugh, really? Like, honestly. How cliche. But yet there are no men or women on the streets. You sit there at the gate with your material possessions as well as the remains of your previous compatriot.
Suppose we ought to go find the mists and our small friend. I should warn you, Louisa, this won't be a pleasant journey, but it will be quick.
Wasn't pleasant getting here.
That we can agree.
I'd just like to leave this place if we can. Gabe can't arrive soon enough.
He met us shortly outside of town, right? Like down the road a little bit.
Down the
is where
road
he
a little
dropped
bit,
us.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we actually marked the tree.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
So I'm going to stand up and collect the wheelbarrow, sort of lay my new spear across the top of it, and start pushing it down the road.
Okay. Makes sort of a squeaking noise. Night comes apace. You hear the crickets and the other insects coming from the tree line. Mikmick, Amnestria, and Louisa, you sort of follow in a little group. And you see that there is that tree, maybe 100 yards outside of town, outside of Amherst, to the north. And as you approach it... Yeah, go ahead, please.
Just as they're walking out, Mikmick will go up to Muadnhait and say, I'm assuming you're wanting to take Claudiu back through the mists. With what happened before, you think that's a good idea?
To be honest, I have no idea, but I really don't think he'd want to stay here.
And I don't think he would like to stay in Metliu either.
Yes, but we get him out of here and then we can decide what to do later.
With my passive perception, do I hear that conversation?
Sure do. 18 passive perception.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Where did you say?
Place called Dementliu.
That's where we're going.
Yes.
For a little while.
Louisa faints on the spot.
As she does so, the mist begins to roil in around the trees.
What the? That was unexpected. I'm gonna go to Louisa and sort of shake her to try and wake
Basically
her
the
up.
same way she shook her Muadnhait away.
Yeah.
Louisa comes to, and she's just like, All right. All right. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. My hair looks fright. And she just she sits up and just starts braiding her hair and trying to like tuck it back and is frantically looking for her water skin to wash her face and just anything she can do to make herself look more presentable.
Moina just kind of looks and says, I take it you've been there before.
The Mentloo is my home.
Oh. Welcome
What
home
a
then, I guess.
coincidence.
I had no idea. I didn't know where you had come from. I didn't know where we were going next. I just thought that I'd find my way back eventually, but
Not this quickly.
Well, you don't
no.
have
What?
you don't have to go, and once you go, you don't have to stay.
No, I have to go. I have to go.
That'll be
So then
fine.
I don't need to give you the rules list then.
A refresher would be nice. It's especially because I don't know if anything has changed or if even how many, like, I've been here for 7 years, but does time move in the same way there? And I don't know.
They like their masks. And Mikmick
Yes.
will pull out their quote unquote rules list
Mm-hmm.
out of the hidden pockets that every year adventurer has. And just hand the list to Louisa. And I think I can bring that up, can't I? Or can Nat
Yeah,
bring
I
that up?
mean, it's not important at the moment, but Louisa, you do see like a list of about 10 different rules of etiquette, some of which you
Okay.
seem to remember, some of which are completely new to you.
Oh God. All right.
Well, it's a handout, so can you
Yep.
give her access
Well,
to
if
it?
it's
I think
any
she has access to it,
consolation, I
actually.
don't think we'll be going to any balls anytime soon.
I don't recommend going to the balls if you
Oh,
can
we've
be
been.
avoided.
We've been.
Did you see the entire show?
To be honest, I'm not entirely certain.
We
My
saw
date
a
did get
show.
disintegrated, but
Yes, it's not considered an event until that happens.
As the four of you are talking, you have become aware there is now a blanket of fog clinging to the ground in your immediate surroundings. It obscures your feet from view, and sort of no matter which way you move, the fog like rises and grows more opaque with every passing moment.
Small one, are you here? I'm pretty sure it's time to go.
Well, I think we just need to walk into the mist now.
I'm pretty sure we need him to
Is-
take us.
that
Them
is
to take us.
There's a tap on your shoulder.
I turn.
Which one?
Both of you.
Oh my God.
And is Moynat's message still up on the tree?
Yes, it is.
I turn to see what tapped me on the shoulder.
There is a small figure there, and you recognize it as Cabe Whippoorwill. Cabe turns and says, "Okay, it's midnight, so..." And he looks and he goes, "Where's Claudia?"
Moynat just sort of looks down at the wheelbarrow.
And they look down at the wheelbarrow. Oh my God. What happened?
We lost one, but we picked up one.
His
Apparently,
We can talk about that when we get back.
Claudia's form is just like a giant ragged mess of red and black, crammed into this wheelbarrow, and Cabe looks at this, and then they look over at Louisa, and they say, "Hi, you're with them now?"
Yes, please.
Okay,
Please.
it's fine. It's fine. Are you coming with?
Yes.
Okay. You know what they do, right?
I do.
And Cabe looks over at Amnestria, and they say, "You told her about the whole, like, Radaga end of the world thing?"
I've told her enough. And she will learn more when we make it back.
Oh, well, we're not going right away. I mean, I was told to give you this. And they pull out a piece of parchment. And there is a seal on the back of it with a big, sort of embossed R.
Like to take it and open it then.
Okay. The letter from Alanic Ray reads as follows. Dear friends, in hindsight, a more detailed warning about the nature of Kartakas would have been appropriate on my part, and for that slight, I can offer only my sincerest of apologies. From what I understand through magical scrying, the events in Amherst were no doubt unusual for you. But imagine the surprise when the town's actors, who are accustomed to occasionally playing the part of the dearly departed, unexpectedly find themselves on death's door in a much more real and terminal sense. From what I also understand, you braved werewolf furriers, discovered a plot with poisoned Meeklebrow, and determined an understudy with a murderous streak. All in a day's work, I guess. In any case, Cabe, who I have brought to your side to bring you to your next port of call, insists that no matter where you go, you will perform, and he puts this in quotes, admirably. They insisted that I emphasize this. I can't help but assume that the pun is intentional. Then again, humor and I have never been good friends. Yours in reason, Alanic Ray. P.S. I believe we have an idea as to where Radaga seems to have gone. Cabe shall tell you more.
He was watching us the whole time.
And apparently he knew. If you're listening now, I'm not amused.
Cabe sort of looks over at you, Muadnhait, and says, he's not.
Funny how he doesn't mention Claudia's death in here at all, but...
Indeed.
I didn't know about it. I don't think he did either. He left for Darkon, I think, a little bit before.
I'll be sure to let him know then.
So anyway, we're gonna go back through the mist now, but we're not heading to Dementliu. Not yet, anyway.
Then, where are we going?
Well, we have to follow Radaga's steps.
Which are?
Well, they'll take us to another place.
You knew where Radaga had gone. Why did we come here?
I did not know that she had left here. We had to do quite a lot of detective work to find out exactly when she had left and why. I don't like wild goose chases, trust me.
And where are we going?
It's a place called Falkovnia. I don't know very much about it.
Some kind of check for that.
Say again, Mikmick?
Could I make some kind of check for that? See if he knows.
Sure, it'll be a pretty high DC. I don't think you've ever been there, but
No,
yeah,
I
if
don't
you
think
all
so.
want, you certainly can make a history check.
I'm sure I will fail.
Yeah, we're not. Your DC probably will be higher than the rest.
I'll make it
22
just for
though.
shits and giggles.
22.
7! I don't know shit.
Yeah, it makes sense. The dice tell a story. Mikmick, I think maybe you do actually know a little bit about Falkovnia. And I think what you know is kind of terrifying. Falkovnia is a land that you've only heard sort of rumors about. You've never actually been there yourself, and you never actually met anyone from Falkovnia. What you know with a 22 is this, that Falkovnia is ruled, or maybe was once ruled, by a very powerful warlord named Vladislav Drakov. He was a fierce warrior, and he and his family pervade wars throughout that particular land. And wherever he went, blood followed in his path. He was known as the Impaler. Now, what has happened to Drakov and his erstwhile army or followers, you do not know. But if you are going into Falkovnia, there is an element of war that you will have to contend with.
Mikmick will pipe up and say, I've only heard stories about that place, but Mikmick will look to the rest of the pie. We may be walking right into a battlefield, from what I understand.
Amnestria, I think when Mikmick starts to speak about Falkovnia, something sort of hits in your mind as well. You don't remember as much as Mikmick does. You do know the name Falkovnia. You know it's a sort of a terrible place. It's the line between soldier and citizen is very blurred.
Better a war than another theater. At least in a war, you know what people are about.
Cabe says, well, I have some news. It's not good, it's not bad. I can't come with you this time, but I can give you this. It's, and he takes off his neck that charm necklace. Their neck, sorry. And they present to you a small mask, sort of a porcelain mask. And they say, I can open the way, but it'll only last for 3 days. And then the mist talisman, and they point at this mask, it'll just disintegrate. So you have to find Radaga in 3 days. And then you can use the mist talisman to come home.
And we just walk into the mist with it and poof?
I mean, I've opened the way. And they point back behind them, and there is, in fact, an undulating tunnel of mist.
Where are you going?
Well, I have to go back to the chateau. I can come and go as I please through the mists.
Can you take a message back for me?
To who?
To Jack Potsdam.
Jack Potsdam?
Yes.
Oh, okay. They pull out like a notebook and like a quill and start writing Jack Potsdam. Who's Jack Potsdam?
He's a gardener. His family owns a business. There's a small island right in the bay off Port Lucine.
Oh, yes, that's the Duchess's island. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we lived near there, and can you just tell him Louisa's alive, and she'll be home as soon as she can.
Okay. I get the feeling I won't really have a lot of time to find this Jack Potsdam, but Mr. Ray, when he comes back, I'm sure he'll be able to find Jack.
It shouldn't be too difficult to find, but I guess there's a possibility.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Thank you.
Sure.
So, how long does this tunnel last for us to leave?
It'll take about 10 minutes.
No. How long does it stay there?
10 minutes.
Of course.
So the mist stays there for 10 minutes, but we've got 3 days to use it.
Well, yes, but some of us are rather injured.
Oh.
We're going to have to deal with that when we get there, I suppose.
Well, take care. I'll see you when you get back.
Can you take Cloudy with you?
They look down at the cart, and they go, Yeah, I can do that.
I take the spear off the cart and say, thank you.
They sort of get behind the wheelbarrow. Oh, man. I am not built out for manual labor. And they sort of push the cart through the mist and disappear.
Well, I would have
So
preferred a chance to actually rest before we go to the battlefield, but...
Well, hopefully we don't walk out right in the middle of one. Maybe we'll be off to one side.
So are we going through or having a rest?
I don't want to get stuck in this deep forsaken place, do you?
God, no.
We have to go through. It only lasts for 10 minutes. Which...
Yes.
How many minutes have passed?
Yeah,
Yeah, how many minutes has passed since when?
since Cave
Since
opened
the portal was
halfway.
opened.
About 2 minutes. Maybe 3.
Okay.
Well, Mikmick's going to go through first.
Mikmick walks into the mist.
Mm-hmm.
Using the spear like a walking stick, Moynat will follow him.
Moynat disappears into the mist.
Do you want to go next, Louisa, or do you want me to go?
Amnestria follows into the mist.
Oh, no, I was asking Louisa if she was going to.
Oh, I thought
If
that
she wanted to go first.
couldn't hear it. Thought you were like, I'm going. Let's go.
Louisa just shakes her head. What? Sorry.
We need to walk through the mists.
Yes.
Do you want to walk by yourself, or do you want to just walk together, or...
I think together would be nice.
Alright.
All right.
Then we'll try to walk together through the mist.
You do indeed.
Away we go.
And the two of you walk side by side into the undulating silver mist. And I'd like the four of you individually, please, to roll a 1d10.
Oof.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I meant to say a 1d20, not a 1d10. Just roll another d10 and we'll add them together. I don't like to do math, but I'll have to do it. It's fine. And just tell me what you get combined, please.
I got the same as
Yeah, just tell me what you got
10.
combined.
4.
10.
4 combined? Amazing.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
17 combined.
One more roll, mate.
17.
Oh, I
One
did
more
roll.
D10 roll.
Maybe
Have a 12.
rolled twice. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 and then a 10.
So, so 12 for Amnestria, 4,
10.
a 10, and a 17. All right.
Yes.
Here we go. Cool. Let's go with let's go from bottom up, so to speak. So that's Louisa. Louisa, as you walk into the mist side by side with Amnestria, you see her sort of for a moment, and then there's just sort of just tethers of mist that begin to sort of move, almost like as if they're alive. And you remember from all those years ago, that moment just after it happened, just on the fringes of your memory, that you felt like there was nothing, but that you were wreathed in this gray mist. And then you woke up without them in Kartakas. And now this sensation fills you again. And as you do, you begin to feel that your feet get heavier. And then you hear sort of squelching sounds under your boots. And you look down and you see that the ground under you is no longer grass and rock and sand, but that it is sort of a sticky black mud that you find your feet sort of sinking into. And as you pull them out, you hear this sort of wet, slopping noise. And you are sinking deeper and deeper, first ankle deep, then up to the knees. And as you sink deeper into the mist, you try to call out for help, but can't find anything in your voice to even recognize a scream. And then the mists part, and you yank yourself out from this morass of black mud and slowly pull yourself onto the dry grassy plain of a new land. And you look down at your feet and your pantaloons, and they are stained red, a dark red. Not a brown, not a black, but just crimson all the way from your knees to your feet. From a mechanical perspective, for the next 24 hours, you must spend an extra foot of movement for every foot spent moving through difficult terrain.
Okay.
So if you ever encounter difficult terrain, it acts like super difficult terrain.
Okay.
Okay. That's for you. Let's move to, I guess, the 12? Yeah. Mikmick got
Mikmick.
10.
Mikmick got a 10. Got it. Cool. Mikmick, as you walk through the mist, following after... no, you went first.
No, I went.
You went first, yeah. You verge into the mists, and Remind me, Mikmick, have you ever needed to breathe?
Yes.
Good.
Not as a reborn, but yes.
No, but you have, at one time or another, have some kind of sensation of breathing.
Yes.
As a reborn, however, you haven't had the real desire to even attempt it. But when you walk into the mist, Mikmick, it's like you can feel air in your lungs again. And it's the strangest sensation to breathe unconsciously. Not having to literally just suck in air so that you can expel it with words. That you're literally breathing to subsist now. It's the strangest feeling. And you start to sort of speak with actual air in your lungs, and your voice you don't even recognize. It doesn't sound like the harsh, gravelly voice that you've put on for so long. It's mellifluous and sweet, and perhaps a little bit high-pitched. And you sort of say a phrase that you remember. Hello, everyone. I'm and as you speak, you find that there is something inside your throat, that you are finding yourself, that you are choking right now, and you cannot actually breathe any longer. And it's not like being a reborn where you don't have to breathe. It is that you cannot breathe. You grasp at your throat, your fingernails dig into your neck, and you are choking. You roll around the ground trying to punch the air back into your chest so that you can breathe again, so that you can subsist again. And then the mists unfurl themselves from your mouth. And you no longer have to breathe. And the mists subside from your vision. And you can see this new land. From a mechanical perspective, Mikmick, you have disadvantage on saving throws against poison for the next 24 hours.
So that cancels out, right?
Correct.
Or... yeah.
Because you have a natural advantage.
Yeah, so cancel out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to 12. Who got the 12?
Me. Amnestria.
Amnestria, as you walk into the mists yet again, you steel yourself for what will certainly be hopefully something a little bit less terrifying and haunting, if you know what I mean, than before. And as you enter the mists, you find that your skin is very cold, like you're in a totally different environment. You're no longer in the relatively warm, temperate area of Kartakos, or even the sort of more urban, colder domain of Demently. You are in a frigid wasteland. This bone-chilling wind fills your ears, and yet the mist does not move. It is not in any way affected by this cold, by this wind that you hear. Is it inside your mind? Or no, it can't be, because you feel it. Your very skin goose prickles with it, and you find yourself just hugging yourself for warmth, staggering through the wind into what will very certainly be your death if you do not make it into warmth. And sends your entire body into just nerve-shattering tremors. Your teeth chattering. You grin and bear it, just your eyes shut, and you stagger on through it. And then finally, the cold lets up, and you open your eyes again, and you see before you Mikmick and Louisa, who have had their own episodes.
Would they come through in order, though?
I would say everybody comes in at the sort of same moment.
Yeah, because I mean, Mikmick went through first, then Mohinat.
Yeah, no,
then
you
Louisa,
all
and then
come
Nick.
through at the same moment.
It's so weird anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Weird.
Mists
Also
are
true.
weird. From a mechanical perspective, Amnestria, you have disadvantage on dexterity checks made to accomplish tasks that require fine motor skills. So
No
anything
lockpicking
to
from
do,
Mohinat.
with dexterity that require, rather than just brute force, that require finesse of some kind,
I'm good at.
you have disadvantage on.
Okay.
And then 17 for Moynat. Moynat, the sounds of those wolves. You thought you could escape them. But no. As you step through the mists and you steel yourself for what is to come, the sounds of these wolves mingle with the sound of screams and of moans of terror. You can almost hear words being spoken as these howls come from every possible angle. Help! Save us! Terror! Leave! And you hear just enormous footprints, question mark, paw prints, some kind of horrendous creature that you know in your heart of hearts is stalking you through the mist. Your heart pounds as you hear sort of snarling from your left, from your right, howling all around you, hissing in some cases, and feeling the hot breath of the beast just behind you. And you break into a sprint. You hear, it's right behind you. You run and you jump, tackling, accidentally, Amnestria at the waist. And the mists dissipate.
Fear tackle.
Do I touch her?
You do not. She touches you, though.
But only on your armor.
But
not
only
on
on your
not
armor.
on your bare palm.
Exactly. From a mechanical perspective, Moynat, your memories of this vision give you disadvantage on all animal handling checks made to influence animals of any kind for the next 24 hours.
Got it. If that was any other character I play, that might be really bad.
It might be very, very bad.
So, question: find motor control for Amnestria. Would that include firing a crossbow?
It's
Well,
not.
that's
Yeah, it's not a dexterity check. That is an attack roll.
Yeah. I mean,
but like if she
pulling
wanted
the
to pick
trigger
a
is,
lock.
Exactly. Anything to do with
Yeah.
dexterity that is requiring fine motor skills. Yeah. Excuse me. So the mists and the terrible visions that they have spawned slowly fade behind you as you find yourselves on a rough, timber-covered road.
Was unpleasant.
as we said, going through the mist has difficulties.
Louisa looks down at her newly colored boots and just says, well, I guess I did like Hakon's boots, so we'll try these out for a while.
If Amnestria is still in a summer form, is her boots red as well?
I believe they are. I'd have to actually look at the Arctic. It's been a while since I've seen it. Amnestria's just gonna kind of look over at Moynat and just laying on the ground, like, "Are you okay?"
And I'll sort of stand up and dust herself off. Look over both shoulders, kind of rub her hand on the back of her neck where she felt the breath of that beast. Yes, I am now.
All right. Pick myself up, dust myself off, same as not this then.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
just wondering, does that mean Mikmick was the only one pretty much standing when he exited the mist?
I think so, yeah.
Because, I mean, Louisa was on her belly.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just be tackled right out of it?
She
Amnestria
was
was...
standing and
Yeah, I think Amnestria
was
was
kind of
standing, and
tackled.
then she got tackled, yeah.
She was just kind of like wrapped in her red cloak, just like shivering. Still a little bit.
Should probably find a place to camp.
You look around, and you, I guess I said already that you are on this rough road, and it seems to be sort of like a winding road. You see that it winds serpentine through woody hills, but these woods are not those of Kartikas. You don't see them being sort of towering and oppressive. You see that the woods themselves are mostly pine and fir trees. The ground is stony. The smell of rain is still hanging in the air. So you smell smoke as well, and rot. Quite sort of almost like an overhang over all of these scents. The smell of rot.
Like flora rot or fauna rot?
Well, you don't even need to ask that question, because your eyes light on upright wooden poles that are set into the ground, maybe not 10 feet from your position, along the road, upon many of which people have been impaled. Each of the bodies has a plank of wood hung around his neck or her neck. The closest bearing a word in dark paint. It's in common. The word is traitor. And as you look up the road, which I'm actually going to give you a really great handout for, because the art is just so goddamn gorgeous. Hold on for 1 second here, folks. First, let me just zap you on over, because you're no longer in Kartikas. You are in the realm of Falkovnia. And here's the map. That, dear friends, where I have drawn the X is where you start this particular adventure. And here is what you see. This is the handout. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
An X.
I don't see any.
I'm going to show you.
The X is on the end.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you see.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Some of them say traitor. Some of them say cowardice, treason, thief, skeletons, bodies, impaled.
Nice.
Well, this place looks friendly.
I'm going to show you where it is. Apologies that I didn't put the X on the right layer. There we go. And the other side would be nice.
I was like, and where's the other?
The other side of the axe, Matt. There.
There we go.
You are within, as the handout shows, within vision of a city, the stone walls of which sort of the first time you have seen such of an edifice in probably a few days, are visible in the near distance, and it is surrounded by, and I'm gonna learn a new word here for you folks, abatis. What is an abati? I have no idea, but I learned this the hard way by looking it up. An abati is a felled tree with their outward facing edge or branches sharpened to a point. So it's like a palisade, except palisades are just, wooden stumps or tree trunks that are just straight up and down. But abatis, A-B-A-T-I-S, are trees that have their branches sharpened to a point and stuck outward. Sorry for banging the microphone there.
Looks welcoming.
Indeed, quite friendly.
What do you want to do?
Do we camp outside, or do we head into town and see if we can find a place to stay?
I think going into town might be a better idea, but
All Cabe said was that Radaga came here, but nothing else. I suppose an inn might be the place to start.
Definitely try.
Maybe not ask too many questions until we're feeling a little better, though,
Agreed.
Sorry to break the mood. A bard most brave said, wait, this is a real word? The more you know. I'm like, yeah, it is. And then a bard says, thanks, I just Googled a bobby and got nothing. I'm like,
Thank God you got nothing and not something gross.
a bobby.
That's true.
Hey, they got a little bobby.
Could have gone a lot worse.
I mean,
Yep.
best way to defend your city, put a whole bunch of bobies on the outside and stick them outward. Okay. Did we decide we're going into this town or not?
I think we are.
Cool. The sun is bright. Clouds sort of drift overhead.
So it's not midnight anymore.
It is no longer night. It is daytime.
Jet lag.
The clouds, however, are sort of darkish in the sky. They are threatening potential rain. But the sun is peeking through them. It's very humid. Like, that's the main difference. The smell of rot, obviously, from these things on the road. But it is very, very humid. All the time. And the road that leads you towards this town has logs sort of paving it. Because underneath, there is nothing but just a thick brown mud.
I am glad we didn't show up with a wheelbarrow containing the charred body of our friend.
For sure. Stick to the road, I say. The mud is, and she gestures to her knees, unforgiving.
Fair.
Agreed.
pretty dangerous as well.
You approach this city, and as you do see a sign that points you towards this particular city, which gives you an idea of what it potentially is called. The sign is indicative that this city is called Lekar. And this is sort of like how you view it from your vantage point.
Hey, look, the bodies aren't there anymore. Yeah.
Well, you've passed most of them. I mean, I can put more bodies on the road if you want. I don't care.
Oh no, yellow flowers! Run!
So yeah, you pass within probably, I don't know, 50 feet, and the sounds of civilization reach your ears. You hear the sounds of people and animals, potentially livestock, the sounds of hammering, potentially from a blacksmith, etc.
Do we notice any guards, hidden or otherwise?
Make a perception check.
Passive perception through the roof.
Yeah.
Actually trying to look
When
at
you're
things.
looking for stuff, it just doesn't
Take
happen.
I will
She
take
is
a look
very
around. There you go.
Oh, nat 20. Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Perfect for the night.
Yeah, Muadnhait, you do notice that there are quite a lot of guards. They all wear sort of rusted mail overlaid with plates. Their armor has definitely seen better days. And they all have this sigil on their breastplate of some kind of a bird or eagle. A crimson bird. And as you sort of come into the town, the guards sort of look at each other, and they look at you. And the look that they have on their face, well, you don't even need to make an insight check. They see you as trouble.
I'll give them an actual friendly smile.
Okay.
And then just continue walking.
Okay. The guard sort of like does one of these to the guard, and one of the other guards walks off down an alley.
Might swing my hips a little more than necessary as I walk.
Fair.
Re-entering?
Yeah, it sure sounds like it.
Yeah, that sounds like we're in.
Yeah, you guys have entered
Well-
the city.
Well, Mikmick, before he enters, he'll just go up to one of the remaining guard and just talk to him and say, excuse me, I'm looking for the local blacksmith.
You approach the guard, and as you say any words to him at all, he doesn't even pay attention to what you're saying. He just sort of just sighs, looks the other way.
Okay, you're one of those people. Okay, then. Catch you later. He walks right.
Okay.
Each one of those people too.
What did we say about not asking questions until we were feeling better?
We said something about that.
Yes, we did.
Some of the townspeople sort of like look at your dress. And when I mean your dress, meaning the garments that you wear.
Our clothes, yes.
Correct, yeah. Look at that dress. And and they sort of like, one of them sort of grabs like their friend and sort of like pulls them aside, and they sort of point at you. Their eyes are just sunken. Their face is gaunt. Their eyes almost bulge out of their head, just with like how much they're just staring at you right now. And a couple of guards sort of move to the opposite side of this rather enormous looking courtyard that you guys have found yourselves in. And from atop the battlements, the guards call down and they say, "Ahoy there! You!
Yes, hello?
I'm talking to you! You four!
Yes, hello?
And we
Yeah, same.
Yep. The one who calls down and says, "Where be ye from?"
Amnestria's gonna yell out to him. Mordant.
One of the guards sort of like calls down and says, "Mordant! We've never heard of any Mordant!"
I assure you, you haven't heard of where I'm from either.
Not here.
We're simply looking for an inn.
Are ye fools? Or are you simply lost?
Lost, thank you.
The guard looks over at one of the other guards on the battlements, and the guard says, "Call out the captain!" And the guard starts to descend the ladder to the courtyard.
Is he descending in a place where we can just walk over to him, or
He's pretty far away. He's about like 80 or 90 feet away. You could run over to him if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I'll walk over towards him.
Okay, as you do...
I was gonna say, I will follow her.
Yeah, absolutely. The two of you walk across the courtyard swiftly. The guard, like, comes down off the ladder. He sort of sees you approaching. He says, "Wait here! The captain will want to speak to you." And he pulls a ring on a massive oaken door. And then he just shuts it behind him.
Well, we haven't been shot yet, so this is a good start.
Just play nice, and maybe they won't kill us.
How many good starts start out with speaking to the captain of the guard, but yeah.
After about, I don't know, half a minute or so, the door reopens, and out jog like 10 soldiers, all carrying pikes, and they just encircle you. And they pull out their spears and just like, in a sort of very martial maneuver, just like point them in your direction.
Gentlemen, this is entirely unnecessary.
From that doorway steps a very interesting looking person. In that she's clearly very different from the rest of the people here in Falkovnia. She is not human, she is an elf. In fact, she is an Eladrin. She has bright green hair, very long, pointy ears, startling green eyes. And something else that's startling about her is that she has no left arm below the elbow, but instead has a blade that has been affixed to that stump, which she sort of drags along the ground, sort of drawing up sparks. What other significant physical impression she leaves with you is that she has a bright red tattoo of some kind of eagle imprinted upon her forehead. It's time for some art. Let me show it to you. As she sort of presents herself to you, and she says, there she is.
Amnestria is going to lower the hood of her cloak and change her form to her spring form.
Okay.
And Mikmick has his arms up, just when all the guards came out, just to prove that.
Why not just has her hands casually at her sides?
Okay. She says, "I am Captain Quaxenia Vant, captain of the guard here in Lekar. From your dress and the way you purport yourselves, I would assume that you have some experience with violence."
From the looks of it, everyone here does.
Some more than others. She sort of like just scans the courtyard.
We have not come for violent reasons. I'll turn and look. I'll look to Amnestria because I hear her trying to speak. And I'll sort of put my hands up and step back.
My friend is right. We're not here for trouble.
Understandable. Well then, may I aid you in whatever repast that you need? And she sort of claps her hands, and from that doorway, 3 servants come out, each with 2 plates of food. She says, "You look hungry. Please, take of our repast." And you see that there's sort of like this sort of gruel. It's not awful smelling, but it's sort of heat rising from it. They have spoons inside. She says, if you wish to take of our food, please do so.
I appreciate the offer, but honestly, right now we're just looking for a place to stay.
It is customary. That's all she says, and she nods at the food.
And I put my hands down to have a bit.
I'll take one of the bowls and eat it. Take a bite.
Okay. She sort of nods at you.
Louisa will also take a bowl, take a bite.
Okay. Mikmick and Amnestria?
Mikmick's waiting for an answer.
What was the
He
question?
said, "Can he put down his arms because he's still got his hands up?"
Oh, yes. I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah. The answer is yes, you may, if you're going to be able to. Yeah. Yes.
And he'll just come over, grab a bowl, and just say to the captain, "I like your prosthesis."
She says nothing at this.
He means your arm.
Yes. Yes. She nods at you, Amnestria. She's like, I know what a prosthesis is.
I've got one myself. And he takes drink.
Yeah. The fourth servant just like hands out to you, Amnestria, like quaking.
Nope. Take the bowl, holding it in her hand. Look down at it. Ah, it's customary. She'll take a bite.
Okay.
So,
So it's hot. It tastes like gruel. I mean, it is hot gruel. There is no sugar. There is no salt. It is just like wheat. It is barley in hot water.
As long as there's no poison.
Not poison. Yes. End of campaign. You've all taken the poison barley.
Everybody roll a con check.
Hey, especially you, Mikmick, because guess what?
Cancelled out.
However, what Crooksenia Vant says to the servants is she says, okay, thank you. And the servants take the bowls from your hands and go back inside. Crooksenia Vant then puts her bladed arm in the air, like so, and she says the following. And this is where we're going to stop for tonight. She says, you have partaken of our barley, and thus pledge your weapons, your magic, and your lives to Falkovnia and General Veledeska Drakov, the Crimson Falcon. As Talons, you shall live under her protection, but if she commands it, you shall die in her defense. Thank you for your service. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Serve at the pleasure of the president.
Get off the keyboard. Go away.
Another final thing before we say good night, of course, is welcome to level 5.
Yay!
See, I knew you would love it. Just level 5, and bam, everybody's happy again.
Everybody's in a good mood. Yay!
Yes,
Well, that
finally.
means stunning strike for some of
Hell
us.
yes, it
Nice.
does. Amazing. Okay, very cool.
ASI for me.
Yes, ASI for you,
Nice.
because you're finally, what are you, you're taking your 4th level in Artificer,
Artificer,
right?
yeah.
Nice, nice,
Yep.
nice.
I
So,
start getting my
ASI.
inspirations back on a short rest now, I believe.
Amazing. All right, very cool. So, thank you guys all for attending this wonderfully resonant episode of Ravenloft Domains of Dread. So much good stuff came out of this. I loved it. It was really great. And so with that, without further ado, I will say thank you, of course, to my amazing crew here who helped do all the heavy lifting, because God knows I just watch you guys do amazing work.
Amazing. Don't-
No, you guys do such cool work. I just love like listening and watching. It's just super fun. Let's go this way. Let's start with Louisa, played by Megan. Megan, where can people find you on the internet?
Me. You can find me at Megan Lanap on Instagram and in our Discord.
Thank you so much, Megan. Moving on down to Maeve. Maeve, who played Amnestria. Maeve, where can people find you on the internet?
Well, you can find me at Maeve Climber on Twitter and a couple other places, and you can also find me on Discord.
Discord's where it's at. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? In the
Heck
chat, I'm gonna do the thing with the Discord. Oops,
Do it.
I did it wrong. Let's try it again. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
I put in a thing in the thing. I put in the wrong. There we go. Thank you. Come hang on our Discord, folks. Click on the link. Enjoy. All the cool people are hanging out on Discord nowadays, and we're the coolest of the cool. Well, some of them. Some of us. You know.
I'm not.
We need that meme template.
Yeah, for real. Thank you very much. Maeve, moving across the pond, several ponds, so to speak, to this gentleman down in the bottom
One big
left-hand
large
corner.
pond.
Yeah, very, very large Pacific pond. And that would be our friend Red, who played Mikmick. Red, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at different places around the internet, usually Elite Ghost Driver or Red Platinum. Well, you can most likely talk to me on Discord, where I just post random shit on Discord, try and talk to myself, as you always do on Discord.
What was that, Maeve?
Well, he talks to us too.
Yeah, he does talk to us too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're happy to talk. Talking is fun.
Talking is
Especially
right
if you're
now.
talking to other people. All right, I've talked enough. Let's move on over finally to this lady over here. That is Sarah. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the interwebs at Lovely Llama on Twitter, Instagram, and yes, our Discord. And I also wanted to make a quick announcement that on Friday the 13th, in a couple weeks, here on Slices and Dices, we're going to be doing a special fundraising fiasco to fundraise for the Singing Kobold. My amazing husband, who many of you know as the Singing Kobold, when he has burst into stream randomly in my background, has been invited and accepted to a summer program in Italy to study opera. But that costs money, and we're raising money for it. So we have a GoFundMe up. It is gofundme.com/f/BPM opera is the link.
I'm going to put that link in the chat. Hold on.
Yes, do it.
GoFundMe.
Me.com/F
Yeah.
as in fundraiser.
Yeah.
/BPM, like beats per minute, opera.
Ooh.
All one word. Also his
BPM
initials.
opera, okay.
BPM opera. That's where the GoFundMe is. If you would like to donate now or whenever or during our fiasco campaign, which will take place in an opera company.
Oh my god.
It's going to be really fun. I've been working on putting together the playset, and it's going to be great. And we're going to have a really good time. Matt will be there. Megan will be there. My husband will be there. He will have to sing. It's part of the deal. And also Ash from Mates of Fate is going to come play with us as well. So more cross-stream contamination. It's going to be awesome. I hope you will all come and watch it. And we're implementing a time limit on scenes this time, so it doesn't run till 2:30 in the morning like the last one.
Great. Fantastic. Hey, everybody. I'm Matt. I help to just make sure everybody does their pretty goddamn amazing stuff here on stream, which I know that they will always do. It's just always super fun to watch everybody do this amazing work. So I am enthusiastic for whatever comes down the pike, and whatever is coming down the pike is actually quite a lot. We've got some very cool stuff. We've got
nothing next week.
Nothing next week except for something on the Friday, maybe something on Friday. I think we're gonna do something on Friday. Could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thursday though, I'm going to go see Hades Town. So unfortunately,
Yay!
nothing on Thursday. So yeah.
And the week after though.
A week after, lots of stuff. Cool. We've got. Well, do you want to tell us what's happening on
Savage
Thursday?
Rifts on the 12th.
That's
and
right.
Then Friday.
And then of course the fiasco on the 13th.
Yeah. And then week after, I don't know.
We're not going to plan that far out, man. It's going to give me a nosebleed. If you want, if you want to know what's going to happen to, us, and you want to like get an idea of all the events, come onto our Discord, because all the events that, if you were involved with them, you can just ask me, just ping me and say, hey Matt, what's going on with this, and when that happening, and I'll just tell you, I'll let you know when I'll let you know, and that's the end.
Is there an Aliens game this week?
Is
Or
there an
this
Aliens
month?
game this week? We had one in
This
April.
month.
Well, there will be one in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we had one in April. We have a monthly.
Yeah.
That could be 3 weeks away.
It could be.
Maybe.
But we'll see.
Could be.
Could be.
We have to spread out the trauma.
We do. Otherwise, people just like they feel all like whacked out and stuff. So
I feel like if we played that game every single week, everyone would just be like, I can't do
No,
it anymore,
no,
you guys.
it's too much. It's too much.
Please don't do that.
My soul hurts too much.
It's pretty messed up. Like you can't jam that much trauma in like that much time.
Once traumatizing
The players
yourself
will
once
start
a month is
having
good.
to roll stress dice.
Exactly. I'll be rolling stress dice in my real life. I'll be at work like, sorry guys, I rolled a 12. I'm out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then if anyone died, like I have to do art for new characters within a week time. It's like, no,
And that's therapy, though. But that's therapy for you.
Art
Is that
therapy.
bad?
yeah, I like it.
All right. That's it for now, folks. Thank you so much for watching. And as we say on this channel and continue to say, take care of each other. But don't forget to take care of yourselves. We love you. Have a wonderful rest of the week and an awesome weekend.